Well, we are back. We are back. Okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, that's funny. That is too funny. Well, all right. Let's see what we got. Okay. Check something else. What's we got in here? Old Greg, Dr. Bones. Dang, Old Greg is on. That's crazy. Cashew, Kiloi. Selling Yimmy? No. Well, we are looking for somebody to fight. Maybe Traz will fight? Maybe Traz will fight. I will wait. Let me see. What am I using running right now? Same. Oh. What was that even called? Let's do this. I'm gonna do. What was it? 2. Was it 2, 4, 5, 6? Yeah. There we go. And then there it is. Okay. I think I don't want this one. We'll keep it. No, we won't. Okay. There we go. Let's see who we can find here. Traz, Marcula. Oh, looks like we have Y again. If Chaz wants to go. Hello, Y.
Salutations. Knight's greetings.
Actually, let's do this. 2s? Wanna do 2s? Anybody? See if we can't get some. I mean, how do you do? You know? All right, I could do. Let's see. Well, they're chilling. I'll do a few with Y. Want to do this? See if he wants to do some. I'll do a few with Y and then see what's going on.
It is my honor.
Hello, my friend. Oh, we got Scholar again. I almost want to... We Scholar battle? Let's Scholar battle. Let's do this. And then we go like this. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. And then let's see... What is the Scholar build I would like to run? Let's run the old school Scholar build. We go, yeah, let's do this maybe? No. This is better. Okay. Okay. Why is there a jail? Band player or timed. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, I should have actually wait. Oh, no mind. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, let's go. I was gonna do something else. I need to make a chill Reaper. Oh my gosh, I'm so slow. Oh, it's the wrong jewel. Oh no. Oh. Let's see if I can get him to counter. Delete button. Big damage. Oh, we're BRBing. Ah, what's that, Wolf? Yeah, we're just hanging out. Just hanging out. Just trying to get a little more consistent because I do this a lot, like get on V Arena a lot, and so I figured I might as well just stream it while I'm chilling. Stream it while I'm chilling. Okay, let me do this. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, infuse name. Chill, and then what is it? Let's just do there. I need to do this, I think. For now. I'm gonna mess around with chill a little bit more. Use BRB. Okay, well, go see what's going on. Well, actually, no, who knows? Maybe he'll be right back soon. Actually, BRB. Well, gonna look around. Hold on. Great. Larry Lingo. What we got here. I'm definitely using a meme build, so this is probably not ideal. In fact, oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I need a little more move speed. That's why I had to swap to Rogue there. Ninja guy in black could not resist and waited to try. Yeah? I mean, hey. Yeah. I can't even see him. That lightning just got me so bad. There we go.
That's my voice. It's my kill.
Oh, no dash. Oh, I tried. Oh, that was scary. I should have actually paid attention if I was going to hit me or not. Oh, I tried. I tried to time it. Go. How have you played it a little bit, Wolf? By the way, have you been playing? Have you tried Ninja Gaiden at all? It's super fun. Pretty crazy. Shouldn't have done that. I just kind of went a little greedy on that. What? Got it. Is it really bad, Wilfred? Yeah, I have it on low latency and everything else I could possibly have, but for some reason it's just bad on YouTube. I'm gonna try to get it a little bit better. But yeah, this is kind of just like learning, but thank you. I will take that to heart and try to figure it out, for sure. I'm sure it's not too good right now. Oh, that's not good. There we go. 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 There we go Entire fight behind. Brutal. Well, that's unfortunate. That makes a lot of sense. I was wondering yesterday, it kind of felt a little off. I knew it was coming. I should have done it behind me. I should have caught him. Made sure I had a better angle, more in the corner. Oh, so close. I should have killed him there. That was my fault. Whoopsies. Ooh. There we go.
Dash out of this roll.
The quality itself being good is good. Like, I'm glad that that's the case because usually that's like the big thing I was most concerned about. So yeah, if I could figure the latency out, that would be great. All right, CB ults. Maybe not. There we go. Nope. Use that to get away. Oh, really? Yeah, we're just living through the time. Yeah, exactly. You're watching this, and it's like... I was trying to get it with everything there. Just getting greedy by doing Wings of the Fallen. Oh. See, Lighting Curtain, I don't know why they nerfed it. It's such a fun spell to use. Oh, that was a really good Lightning Curtain. Oh, no. Keep the pressure. There we go. Played Ninja Gaiden since Xbox 360 area. Yeah. It's also, yes, high chaos. How's it going? Oh man, Frostbreaker is so good for approaching. It's insane. Oh, come on. Dash and go off. Oh. Nice. A little bit misspaced. That would have been so perfect. He had nothing other than that. Get spoilers for the next fight. Hey, you know what? Nice. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out probably next stream. You know, that's how it is. But thank you for telling me. It actually might give me a little bit easier, make it a little easier to respond to some stuff. I don't know. If I can get him into a corner here, yep. Sad. Almost. Nice. Good stuff.
No.
We'll see.
Going on YouTube.
Let's go. Oh, I should have dashed. I knew it was coming too. Ouchie. No, we're dead. Let's go again. Let's go again. All right.
That's good. Alright, yeah, you Dracula.
Oh, I almost had it. Almost had the timing. I don't know if I can do the meme build. We go again. I knew it was coming too. It's in trouble now. I tried. It's so slow. Look at that. Hey, you can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it with this setup. We can swap it up. All right, we'll do this. Let's see what happens if I go rogue. Oops. Not BO. See what happens. Oh, I missed it. Couldn't see where he was.
Really?
Oh, I almost had him with it. It's so hard to do it with. There we go. Heal some from that. Ouch. Can't do it with this one. Brutal. Let's try the old school build. The old school build from Gloomrot days. I don't know if I can do it with Frost Barrier and not use Veil of Frost. Let's try it. Oh, I missed.
Not the edge. Oh man, missed my entire dash on it because of an edge.
Oh, I didn't mean to switch. Yep. He's gonna ult at me. We gotta back off. I almost got it. I'm like trying to get it, like do this, like that. All right, we'll try it. Oh, I missed the dash. No, it didn't come up. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying.
It's over.
There it is.
It's so over.
Oh, so hard.
Never mind.
It's so hard, dude.
Yeah. No counter. You have a shield at least. Okay.
Oh, the blood rage. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There's this. Oops. Yeah. No. There it is. Oh, it was so close. No, that's it.
It's over. Let's go.
It was so close. It was so close.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the one.
I missed something I didn't need to. I was, yeah, I missed one little. Oh, brutal. No, I almost had him. Oh my gosh, that was scary. No, I knew it was up too. What? Why isn't it going off? No. It's instant death. I can see why the laser isn't meta. Yeah, it's very obvious once you see it. The only time it really works like well. Ooh, I like this build. The only time it works really well. Oh, I don't like that.
So we missed it all. Alright.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that would have been so bad. No. Oh no, the sirens! GG. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
74 million combo.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like this build, but it's kind of hard on the
Wait, which one? Sorry. Sirens or the... I'm sorry, not sirens. Soulburn or which one?
It's Soulburn and Lance.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like this build, but it's kind of harder on the 1v1s.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely...
Kind of
You gotta be real far back to play that one, I think. Or maybe not. It's scary. It's definitely a scary build. Games content aside from V Rising. Yeah, if I... Like I said, if I find something else that I really like, I might stream. I might try... What's it called? I need to get off this build. I'm kind of bored of this build right now. Oh, no. Oh, we had 1 second. He missed. That's sad. He missed the thing. I just have nothing up for it. Oh, I missed.
Oh my god, these E-misses are coming.
I'm missing so much right now. You got it. Okay. Yeah, if I find another game that I'm really enjoying, I might try Vault Breakers at some point. But it kind of just depends. Oh, I knew it was coming. I should have just waited, just held it out. Let me see here. I don't know. Let's see. I was gonna do. Oh, let me try the build I was planning on trying. Mess around with this a little bit. And then this guy. So basically, I just need something that's some game that I actually can get addicted to. Really, that's the problem.
This is what I think it is.
Oh no. Oh, I don't have power surge. I had... Oh no, I had it up too. There. Oh my gosh, I had Q up.
I like that dash with that build, but that's a really...
Yeah, it feels really weird.
Yeah, like, hold on.
I think like probably blood, maybe. I also need to be trying... I'm gonna try a more Hand of Winter with like frost and like frost stuff. Just kind of mix it all together. Playing Minecraft Vampire mod. What is that? Yeah, so I have no idea what that is. Is there a Minecraft Vampire mod? Or are you saying that because I was playing some meme build? Hilarious assist. Say again?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've ran this build, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I haven't like, ever like tried it, so I'm just giving it a try to see what it feels like a little tankier.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I'd recommend running it with Dread Armor, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense. I was thinking about Dread Armor, and then the other thing was, I wish like, I don't know, I wish Phantom Magus did something. Like it's good, but like I wish in terms of like this, in terms of Phantasm. And 1v1 just sucks, but if it gave it a little more Phantasm, this build would be so crazy. But
I mean, all you have to do is just use the whale combo, and it's just like...
yeah, for sure. Yep. Big damage. Oh no, I had it too. This, you get the recast of that. Oh, that was bad. I shouldn't have great sword. I need to pick up mace for that exact reason. If I maced that around, I think I could have maybe survived a little bit. Oh, that's right. Almost. Oh, I tried. No. Oh, the thing died. I'm playing really bad right now. I heal. That's right. I keep forgetting he's running Cloud Dancers right now. I did not mean to press that. The heals off the veil of blood. I tried to counter that. Brutal. No life. Monster Hunter Wilds. Aside from that, probably casual game this year. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. I played Monster Hunter World a lot, and then I really enjoyed that game. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, come on. I almost had it. The combo. We got it.
I love me some Monster Hunter.
Nice.
So which weapon did you main in Monster Hunter?
Oh, greatsword.
I see.
Greatsword main.
Beluga boy.
Yeah, no ranged for me. Monster Hunter Wild.
Longsword made myself. I can't stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
I like that game. I put like 5,000 hours into it.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World was super fun. I really liked the greatsword, and then the other one came out, and I tried it for about, I don't know, probably like an hour and a half, and was like, game sucks, and just never went back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it
the
isn't, but
I got to this part where there's like a permanently enraged master rank Kin, and I crashed out because I could not do it.
you're just like, okay.
And then I lost all my save data, so.
I mean, you know. I really liked Monster Hunter World a lot. I didn't play Ice. What's the Ice thingy? Yeah, Iceborne. I didn't play that. I know it was probably good, but I just was like into other games at the time. Probably this game. And then, but yeah, I tried to play the most recent one. My friends, it's so dumb. My friends were like, "Oh, it's gonna be so good," and so people are getting it. They're playing it on like some people are playing on like the Switch and all these other things, and I'm like. All right, I'll give it a try. And just, I mean, literally within an hour, I was like, nope, not going to work. Not going to, I don't know what it was. It was just weird. It just didn't feel right. I don't know. It was odd. Very strange.
Yeah, I can definitely see how it feels weird. But I was really happy because I got new moves for the long sword.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the longsword was sick. I will say that. That's what I was, the greatsword felt a little, I mean, it's probably the same thing, but just I didn't enjoy it. So I started playing longsword. It was pretty cool. There's an actual mod for Minecraft that adds vampires and vampire hunters, and you can choose which one to be. Interesting, Chaos. That's actually interesting.
And now I know the Rathalos moves that I
Yeah.
heard.
Rathalos.
Exactly where they move.
Yeah.
But the Azure ones are the main one very existing.
But yeah, that's super good. Yeah, if I find something to play, I might give Vault Breakers a try. I might give some other stuff a try, and we'll have to see how that goes.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
I was rocking some Namiel armor, and I transmogged some Odogan. It was pretty sweet.
I can't remember what I ended up running. Again, this is like on World, so I don't actually remember. Oh, man. Gotta be honest, I actually wasn't paying attention to what his build was. I know it's Ice Lance. What was the other thing?
This is why you do not use Slash.
Oh, Void. I literally haven't even seen him use it yet. Oh my goodness, the combo. I can use pistol and not get punished. Pistol Q. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I was so not expecting the Void, dude. I was like, what's the second skill? I thought it was like a Blood Rage I wasn't noticing. Because Blood Rage just goes in the background. You just see it so many times. Bacteria is the most addictive game I know besides V-Rising.
But I just don't use it anymore.
Super nice. Yeah, it's
like a
yeah, I mean, Void is sick. Void is sick. But also, I don't like, I don't know, maybe the nerf would made sense, but also I don't like the moves. Yeah.
I mean, like, it's kind of the same, because you can still walk out of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same, it's just smaller. And I don't like
Right.
that.
You have to aim it better, which is just weird.
They should not have, they should have just kept the normal ones.
Yeah.
It's way too easy to avoid now.
Yeah, 1 second. Factorio is the most addictive game I know besides V-Rising. I've never played Factorio, but I've seen a bunch of it. Definitely seen a bunch of it. I probably have 2,000 hours on World. Rise, probably 100 plus, really hack and slash style. Didn't really get into it. Yep, that's exactly what I felt, Wolf. That was exactly the same thing I felt. Like, World just felt like an experience the entire way. Like, every time you would move to, like, a new zone, it just felt so crazy. And, like, even just, like, being in the same zone, fighting everything felt like a little, almost like an event, because it just felt so difficult. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, just something about Rise just... It's exactly what it felt like, kind of like a hack and slash style thing, which for Monster Hunter, I just can't do. I cannot do it, but yeah. But yeah. The other thing, it's funny because I played PSO2, Fantasy Star Online 2, the Japanese version, like on like JP servers, for 3,700 hours, I think. Like, I have so much time in that game. And that game did a crossover with Monster Hunter World, which is what made me like try Monster Hunter out. And then I was like, wait, this game's sick too. So, but then they definitely ruined PSO2 with NGS. It's just such a terrible game. So very sad, but PSO2 1 was like the PSO2, the original, was just such a good game, especially MMO wise. It still is technically being like supported, so you can play it if you want. It's a great game. But PSO2 NGS just was like, they tried to do like Breath of the Wild meets PSO. If you've ever played PSO or Fantasy Star Online, that's what PSO2 is. Fantasy Star Online. If you've ever played Fantasy Star Online, they tried to do like Breath of the Wild, Fantasy Star Online, and it just, I don't know. It was just bad. I mean, it was just not the same game. They made it so spells and abilities and skills and everything that everybody had and had been using for like almost 10 years, they got rid of like 70% of them or more, and then just gave you like 3 abilities. And it felt so bad. I'm like, what? I've been playing this game for so much, like so long. And it was like super high skill cap in terms of like how well you could play. It was an awesome game. And then they're like, hey, let's just go ahead and remove that and dumb it down and just make it completely stupid for anyone who wants to be good. And they can just play the video game and like W key and press buttons and just keep pressing right click and they're good to go. It is very sad. I really recommend Iceborne DLC if you haven't played it. With Wilds coming out, it's full of players. Interesting. I'll have to give it a try. Like, I have a friend who played it, I think. I'll have to ask if he wants to play it some more. Because it's definitely a... I really do love that game. I mean, I really enjoyed it, so I'll have to mess around with Iceborne, but...
I don't understand.
So, so for instance, if you press pistol E, right, you're standing there in the center. Like, you're standing still for a second. So same thing goes with, like, longsword. Like, obviously, we land at pretty much the same time, right?
Yes.
But is it the attack speed you're gaining, or is it just strictly the grave caller that has faster recovery time from the E? Because you did that, like, the second I landed. Like, you were, like, casting it while it was happening.
I don't
Or is
know.
it just the speed?
Pulled down...
Let me see.
I think it's just a difference when you recast. Because we can do that. You can just hold it down like that. But even then, it's not a true combo.
Yeah, so that's not a true combo right there?
Nah, but
Yeah.
Expect it, and even if you can,
Right.
all you have to do is just pull out the spear, and it'll usually trick them out enough. And
They
if you
just
want to
freak
add
out.
some extraness, then you just do the sword E, and then cancel spear Q, and then it'll burn a counter or something.
Okay. For some reason I thought, okay, do it again, and I'm gonna see if I can dash out. Oh, I can just dash out it like that. Okay, I didn't know if it was like, I honestly, for some reason, I thought you were, when you did that, it looked like it happened so fast that it was like you recovered from landing with the E faster than normal. And I was like, wait, what? Hold on a second. Like, I thought you were like literally landing before me and getting the spear queue out, like as I was landing. I'm like, that is the most correct combo ever. What is that?
You could probably do it with Reaper though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of weird timing though.
I should be able to counter, I believe, off the Reaper. I think I can beat you with counter, I think. So do it again and I'll see if I can beat it with counter. Oh, it's just too early.
I can't do the timing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you beat me. Yeah, there it is. I wonder if I can dash it, maybe?
Probably.
Nope, you landed it. Yeah, I was holding it down. Nice. Guess I didn't really play it that much. It was more into WoW maybe all the time.
Or just save it.
Yeah. Yeah, so PSO, the thing about PSO that was so good was the economy.
It's pretty big, not gonna lie. I think people definitely sleep on the Eden.
Yes, I didn't really play it that much. Yeah, so it was a great game. It just was really well made and had a bunch of like, I don't know, it had just so many cool mechanics and systems in it that it like the economy in general was the biggest reason to play that game.
Standing under them, and then they spear Q, and then you spear Q, and it's huge.
Yeah, so essentially, yeah, economy was crazy. Sorry, I'm getting distracted as well. My bad. Economy was crazy. The customization of how you did your, like, made your armors and customized, like, the stats on your gear was very unique, where you would basically, like, affix it to your armor and weapon, like, this different stats and stuff, but the way you did it was really difficult, which made it so whenever you managed to actually get, like, a best in slot statted item, it was like a huge deal. And it was all like super mathematical. You literally, I mean, it was the craziest thing. It was extremely difficult to really like figure out. And eventually my friend and I ended up cracking the code, beating the system, and found out how basically, like, it took so much effort to figure out how it worked that whenever you knew it, you basically had like inside information on how to make good things. So some people only looked like surface level, and so they would be like, I'm just gonna buy like fodder items that I can feed to my units to make them stronger, and I'll just buy them like pre-done so that I can just, you know, have that, have the thing. I don't have to worry about making it. And we were the ones, we were like digging deep into the math and figuring out how to actually make things work, and like risking and doing like, okay, how much money does it cost to buy these items with like just these specific things that we can then turn into fodder items, and what's the chances of it working? What do we have to spend on it? Then how much can we make off of it? And so we went from like just enjoying the game to just like suddenly we were just like billionaires, just insanely rich. And so we ended up like, as the game was ending, we ended up having like literally best in slot gear, which is stupidly hard to get. We ended up having just under the best in slot. There was one stat that we weren't able to get that was basically like impossible. And yeah, we ended up doing everything but that one stat and had almost perfect best in slot gear. It was barely not best in slot. It was fantastic. It was so good. Very fun game. And then NGS came along and they were basically like, hey, remember all the work you've been putting in for 10 years? Go ahead and get rid of all that. Not even 10. For us, it was like more like 5 or 6 years. He's like, okay, just ignore everything you just did. It no longer matters, and the only thing that matters is your cosmetics, which I guess, you know, cosmetics, nice. We can transfer that over. It was like, cosmetics is the only thing that matters, and too bad, so sad. Enjoy playing the new game. And then the new game was just like total trash. It was like going from like WoW, right? okay, this is a bad comparison. It'd be like going from WoW 1 patch and then like the next patch, they make it so the peak of the gameplay, you were like hard capped at level 10. And I'm not exaggerating. It was literally like being hard capped at level 10 in WoW. So it's like, okay, WoW 2. For the first 6 months, you can only get to level 10. And everyone was like, why? 6 months later, they're like, cool. Okay, now you can get to level 20. And it was like, okay. And then like 3 months later, they're like, okay, level 30 time. And then eventually they added some more. It was just the worst thing ever. But it was very sad. Very sad stuff. But anyway. All right, let's go.
Gotta change that.
No, that was the wrong move. I used the wrong move. I should have dodged that.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Got me beat, guys.
I gotta put my dagger jewel back on. Oh, I tried. I got really greedy there. Oh no, that was so slow. No! Oh my gosh, I'm missing so much. Oh, I'm dead. Nothing. What? That was so weird. Yeah. Just cover it all with the counter and the... Oh, I tried to... I should have just gone out of it. That was my fault. I'm very dead. Oh. Oh, that was very painful. Actually, I don't actually remember if he even ulted. I actually can't remember. I was reading one second. Golden Age MMO games was crazy. There was so many good ones. Yeah, you're definitely right on that, dude. Classic WoW was just S tier, and there were so many good ones. Now they last a few months at max, and always feels like they lack something. Like haven't made new mechanics in most MMOs that are actually different from the old ones. Yep, totally agree. Have you ever played Raven? If you haven't played was it a Raven Dawn? I believe it was. I played that for a little while. Okay, let me do this.
Cast your gaze.
Yeah, Raven Dawn was super fun, and it was yeah, it was just, and then it just was nothing. I don't know. It was a good game. I actually play it every once in a while here and there. It's a fun game, but also yeah. Bloodright, Power Surge, go crazy. You are definitely right about that. It is my favorite. This is my favorite spell setup in the game right now. It's just super fun. Has really high like peak damage, ridiculous swings in terms of like how much damage it ends up doing. Let me do this. Let's go over here. I'll show you what I mean. There's a couple things that really make it crazy. So one is you go like this, right? So we have Wings of the Fallen. So it gives you huge, and like Power Surge. Gives you huge move speed. You see this right here? So you pop that, and in the meantime, you use Wisp Dance here. So go like this. Oh, actually, my bad. Hold on. You go Wisp Dance, and then I am so stupid. Okay, this, there. So you're going like this. Okay, so just doing that is crazy. So this, E. You see that? Okay, so if you rotate in a circle. DPS sustain build. Yep, this build is legit crazy. Like it's one of those things where it's really hard to like get the peak, if that makes sense. Like if you obviously here's my thought process, right? Everybody is so used to playing around Merc Charge, you're still gonna catch people. It's still a very strong spell, especially in teams. You're always gonna do that kind of stuff, right? But the thing it's hard to truly play around is stuff like Wisp Dance because you can only really back away or hug them. So if they're hugging you, like they're not going to hit you, right? And then I have to say they're backing away while they're trying to hug me. But that's one reason why Bloodright is so good, is because if they come at me and they're trying to hit me like this, right? Like they're trying to hug me, I can pop Bloodright and it'll pop them into the Wisp Dance, okay? So that's one. And then the other thing is if you're using Wings of the Fallen with all this, I mean, look how many times I'm hitting this guy. I mean, that's literally half his HP bar. And you're not going to get that kind of damage all the time. But you are going to get some of it. Even if you get like 3 of those in a recast. It's so much damage. Like just the recast is 168 damage. That's crazy. And so if you can, and then on top of that, if you can land one of these, it's over half their health with those moves. So it's like Power Surge, ult, and then Spear Q. The damage is wild. And then on top of that, I know I keep saying on top of that, but just the dream combo is this right here. You go like this. Look at that damage. Like you're never going to land that. You're never going to land it perfectly, but that is like the peak potential damage you can get with that. So if you go just like this, even if you just land like this, like, oops, I meant to do this, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You just hit it with whatever. Like you do Slasher Q or Spear Q or whatever. Even if you just hit him with like 2 or 3 of the Wisp Dance and then do this like that, it explodes them. It's so much damage. It is so much damage. And then obviously Bloodright is just cracked. It's just a big power swing skill. And then Power Surge is cracked because it's just so much damage. Like that's the physical power plus ignite damage, all that together. So yeah, so so it is difficult though. Like if I'm trying to use this on him, he can just not get hit by this, right? Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, so here's what it looks like on him. I mean, that's the damage on him, right? That's if you hit him with like a really big one. The other thing that is people just, I feel like no one thinks about literally ever, is that Wisp Dance scales depending on how many people you're playing against. So if you're fighting 2 people like this,
Cast your gaze.
come over here, Lyra. Stand here. Okay, so look at this. Look how much damage this does. Okay, so hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Look at the damage and the healing. Okay, so that's just that damage, right? That's just them.
Even though it pierces, it doesn't have a damage reduction.
Yeah. Exactly. So now check this out. Hold on one second. Let's do what I was doing when I was running around them. I'll show you that real quick. Whoops. I mean, the damage comes out so fast. It just comes out so fast, and it's so crazy. And like I said, the more it pierces counters. Yeah, it's so much damage. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So it pierces counters, and then the more people you have, the better it is. I'll say it in stream and also talk to you here so you can hear both, so it lines up here. So the more damage, the more people you have, the more it scales, right? Like if you're fighting 2 people, you can hit both of them and pierce both their counters. It also combos stupidly well into an ally's merc charge. It's like kind of disgusting how much damage it does in an ally's merc charge. It heals you like a maniac. And then the Phantasm, I mean, obviously if you want Phantasm, you can just run like Mistrance, but I mean, hey, why not run both or whatever? But my thing is like, getting Phantasm and like Blood Writing, and then it and you get the reset off of that, and then getting another one can legitimately just like, it throws people off so much. Obviously, if they're looking for it, you know, at work, it's really good, but yeah, it's just, yeah, the damage is legitimately wild how much you can get off of it. And the heals, yes, the heals, dude. That's the thing that nobody really realizes, just how much it really is.
Like this build is literally a healing / sustaining build.
Yes.
I cannot lie to you.
Yeah, you get crazy heals, you sustain. I mean, the burn off of the Veil of Chaos Ignite and like that whole igniting heals you, all that. Yep, exactly. The Power Surge, all of that, and then the Mistrance, or sorry, Wisp Dance, just crazy heals. The Blood Right helps with heals as well. Like everything just heals, and on top of that, the peak, like the potential damage you have is so crazy. Like you can be getting destroyed and then just land like a good combo because you have Blood Right and Power Surge, and be like, oh, I just did half your HP.
Yeah.
So, is Brute Blood feasible with some builds? Sadly, no. Brute Blood not feasible with builds.
Yeah, no.
Brute Blood super. Yeah, sadly, no. Next patch, I probably will be. Just based on what they were saying, I bet it will be. But
if you do want more heals, by the way, just run Dread Armor. It has extra heals.
Yeah, Dread Armor for sure. Yep, extra heals, and also just be strong in general. Damage reduction, very strong. But yeah, Chaos. Sadly, Brute Blood bad.
Yeah.
Real bad, actually. And maybe someday, I think next patch it will be good.
Yeah, it's gonna have warrior parry and everything.
I think next patch, Brute Blood mixed with Creature, or vice versa, is going to be one possible potential meta. So, if you haven't looked at that, they're making Creature Blood a combat blood. I'm gonna walk over here for a second. They're making Creature Blood a combat blood, and yeah, it's going to be like around HP and move speed like it is now, but it's not just going to be like the way Creature is now. I don't know if it's going to have damage reduction. I hope it might. But then on top of that, Brute, they're making like tank build. They're making it the tanky blood, which is kind of smart because the people have been asking for that specifically. It's still going to have lifesteal and attack speed the way it currently has. I believe attack speed. If it's not attack speed, a little bit of damage. I think it's supposed to be attack speed. It's still going to have that. But then they're giving it Warrior's Parry. So if you don't know what warrior parry is. If you're not really sure of what that is exactly, this is one of the strongest like abilities on blood in the entire game. So the 4th tier down, 10% chance to parry an attack, reducing damage taken by 40%. Parrying an attack increases your own damage by 20%. So the thing that's so crazy about this is that there is no cooldown. So it's just any hit you take is 10% chance you're going to reduce it by 40%, which can be, 10% or 40% of a slasher or like a spear, those little poke, or it could be 40% off of a greatsword Q, or 40% off of axe ease, or 40% off of, Reaper Q, or some other giant thing. So imagine this greatsword hits, and it just does nothing. Imagine it hits and it just does nothing.
Probably just go get her. Be right back.
So, yeah, it's it's just it's one of those things. It's one of those things that like it's I don't know, because we're gonna be able to have both of those going at once, like the creature. Oh yeah, and creature blood giving max HP. So I was talking to somebody about this today. Another guy, Fallen. We were talking about these potential stat caps, and how the next stat caps, I'm pretty sure some of them are going to be off the chart. So one of the things that they showcased is that the bonus percent stats that's coming to weapons or to gear, specifically to weapons, the max bonus HP you're going to be able to have is 10.5% HP on just a weapon. So obviously right now we have 1,000 HP at max, max gear score. So 10.5% is an absurd number. We're going to have 100, at least basically 105 HP, right? So that's huge. And that's just from your weapon. If you then take that and you just assume that creature blood is going to have, something along the lines of how stuff is set out about like right here, maybe like the physical power, 10 to 15%. And then it's boosted by the bottom, like boosted above effects by, it's going to be 20% in the upcoming patch, most likely. So imagine you boost the, let's say it's another, I would imagine creature blood's probably going to be like 10 to 15%. I honestly think the max HP is going to be minimum 30%. The max bonus, like the stat cap we're going to have, is going to be minimum 30%. Maximum 50%. 50% probably not, but I would imagine it's going to be minimum 30 around that number. If you have 30% bonus health, and then you have the warrior chance to parry, and then you have like Phantom Aegis, and then you put Cold Snap. Yeah, we love talking numbers. Yes, we do this, and then we go like this, and then we go like whatever you have. Whatever you can go Ice Block if you want to, right here. If you run. Yeah, if you run, I'm just talking. I'll start talking to you here. If you run Veil of Frost, Cold Snap, Phantom Aegis, Ice Block, and then you have like 30% bonus health and a 10% chance to parry on Brute Blood, you are going to be so hard to kill. Like, and just also have utility as well. So it's not even like it's just going to be like you're just front loading everything into HP and survivability and then have no effective use otherwise. You're still going to have things like Cold Snap, assuming Cold Snap exists in the current iteration, or like freezing with Veil of Frost. You're still going to have like Fear from Phantom Aegis. You're still going to have Ice Block, which does like save people from Merc charges. Like, you're still going to have all those things. Crazy. Very, very, very crazy. So I think potentially that's going to be at least one meta, which I will say this, it would be cool to see if you could get like team comps going, because I also think Scholar is going to be meta. Like Scholar and Draculan just seems insane, because they're saying Scholar is not going to be the only spellcast, and then they're adding other things on the other one, like on Draculan or whatever. So Dracula's going to be offensive. Scholar's going to have like other stuff. So I'm like, okay, if we have like defensive and offensive and we make Scholar even more insane, but then like you can still max your speed out through like gear and other things, as long as you can hit the move speed cap on multiple types, Scholar is going to be so terrifying. And then just the fact ult resets skills is like, you're just gonna walk up and just one shot people with combo builds.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go crazy.
Dude,
it's like somebody.
Yeah.
Lance somebody again.
Yes. Lance somebody, hit them with Spider.
Yeah,
and then lance them, and then yeah.
Chaos Volley,
bro. Wait. Oh, Chaos Barrage. Okay, I was like, what? Yeah, Chaos Barrage. Yeah. Well, it'll. That's true if you can manage it. Yeah. Yeah. If you hit all of that, for sure. I'm thinking more like Frost Leap personally, to make it really consistent. If you could do like a crit on Frost Leap. So I don't know if you've ever tried that, but like spell crit on Frost Leap does like it's like 200 damage if the thing crits.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you like Crystal Lance, Frost Leap, Crystal Lance, I mean, and then anything else, you put like this in there. Whoops, nope, not that. This in there. You know, all that in there, it just does so much damage. For sure, very interesting potential stuff going on there. So I think Scholar is likely going to be a meta thing and probably going to be really AIDS. If I'm being honest, really stupid. And then the other thing that's going to be terrible is just weapon skill recasts. I'm so scared about that, just breaking the game.
Oh, dude, it's going to be crazy. We're going to get like quad spear Qs and duos.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm like, it's just so scary is like, it's too much reward for the RNG. Like right now, Scholar recasts are brutal, but the thing that keeps Scholar at least somewhat in line is the fact that they just don't do any damage comparatively with their weapons compared to like Rogue and Warrior. So like they do decent damage, but they don't do the same type of level damage. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's running like Warrior Blood or something and you hit them with a Spear Q or like a Great Sword or something with a Scholar, it just does nothing. And you don't want to do that in the current version of the game. Yes, exactly. It does nothing. But
that on Aegis or anything.
Right. But if you have weapon recasts and you hit them with the old school one of these, let me show you this right here.
Yeah, that one's a bit. Yeah, you have to land the swordy and then
Yeah.
a bit more back.
Yeah. Exactly. If you have this, that's the old school like early access combo where you could like cheat that crap. Like so funny. But yeah.
Or to hit twice like it used to.
Yeah. So that is going to be like horrifying damage. Here, I'll show you how much damage that's going to be actually. Here, go ahead and do it on me. Wait, hold on. I did it dumb. I did body order Rogue again. I'm stupid. I'm typing too fast. There you go.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna do one that's not on Surge and one that's on Surge.
Yeah. Yep. And then you do it. And then you do it with Surge.
Oh, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, not gonna lie.
It is weird.
Just imagine it hits really hard.
I pressed E too fast.
Yeah, you don't surge first.
Yeah, you don't.
It's like, yeah, you have to do, because you have to reset.
Oh, you're right. Obviously that was slow, but there you go. Oh, wait, that's right. You forgot. You don't do it before. Okay. Yeah, I cold snapped the middle of that, but
Let's see.
big damage. Oh yeah.
Yep.
The damage.
The entire thing. Yep.
Yep, true. Can't get out of it. Insane.
That's possible. Meta.
Yep. Going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting. Yeah, I'm interested in that. I wonder how. I mean, it's always going to be bad, maybe, but I wonder how summoner stuff is going to change. Like if they're going to add something interesting with summoning. So the point, like, obviously, it's always going to be bad because this is just the most cracked ability against summoner.
Oh, we do resets.
Oh, yeah, we reset our cooldowns.
It's just Bloodman.
Back in, back pre-Gloomrot, there was a bug where you could literally do that. And it was the funniest thing ever. It was actually kind of sick, honestly, if I'm not gonna lie. It was actually, like, really cool. Yep, back in the day, that was the combo. It was actually, it was so good. I actually like, yeah, that was it. That was the combo. Yep. The good old days.
Reminiscent. Honestly, I think the thing I'm the most interested in is how they're gonna be changing the legendary stats. Because they were talking about changing the stats for Apocalypse, and they showed one that's for melee and then one that's for mage. So I'm kind of interested to see how that happens.
Yeah, you mean so for you talking about the Apocalypse different stats and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna drop.
Do that for everything.
The thing I hope they don't do, I actually thought about this randomly when I was reading, like the other day when I was looking at that dev blog again. I hope what they don't do is make Apocalypse like the Fusion Forge. You have to fuse legendaries together, like identical artifacts. Please just make it weapon type. I would literally die if they did that. Like you see what I'm saying? So what they showed was that it's artifacts are now going to drop with different stat variances instead of fixed stats, and you're going to be able to eventually like combine them into one you want.
Oh,
but
so
the
what
thing
you're saying is that you don't want them to do like just the individual orange weapons, but to make it so where you can upgrade the orange ones with the purple.
Correct. I don't want to make it so it's like I have to farm multiple apocalypses to get like the perfect stats that I then combine into the perfect apocalypse. I want to be able to just be like roll great swords till I get the stats I want, and if I want to put those on an apocalypse, okay, sure, put them on the apocalypse. If I don't want to put them on apocalypse, I want to put on like a weakened spear or whatever. Sure, do that too. Just as long as it's not like, because it's funny because if they do the opposite and make it so we have to farm multiple apocalypses, it's going to make it so much worse than it currently is in terms of RNG. It's not even funny. Like, it's gonna make it so bad. I wouldn't even run legendaries in that state. I was be like, I'm gonna run purples, dude. I don't care about that.
Like honestly, I think it's gonna be really interesting because people are not gonna have the option to choose which legendaries they really want to run and which ones they don't have to run. Because if you watch Nova's videos, he literally has every single artifact besides Greatsword.
Yep, that's the meta essentially. I mean, obviously whip is great to not have, and there's other combos you can do, but it's just you don't have to use your brain if you play that way. Like you don't have to sit there and build, or not brain. Sorry, you don't have to lose your brain. You have to lose your mind if you play that way because you just roll until you get the artifacts and you're like, cool, I'm done.
Yeah, and it's like I've gotten weapons that are like physical crit, chance, and power, and then it's just like some trashed at like resource.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I get like one that has like really high spell power, but it's like, you know, attack speed
or like a perfect spear and it's like weakened spear. And you're like,
exactly.
Yay! I love this. Yeah, hold on. Wolfcorp says, never liked having RNG and skill-based combat. I don't mind RNG and looting, etc., but every game that has RNG and combat is so lame. I think there's a balance on that because I think ways to have like, instead of, to make it a little more quote-unquote dynamic each fight, having a certain amount of RNG is kind of okay, but as long as it's not the level of RNG with free casts, like weapon skill free casts, that's the kind of, like the reward for the RNG can't be so high that it just breaks the game. So like, for instance, like critical hits are technically RNG, but I don't mind having critical hits in the video game. And like,
I mean, if they could figure out a way to make it where like if you get a weapon free cast, then it decreases the actual like damage of the weapon skills to like kind of balance it out a little bit.
Something like that. Yeah, I could see that too. Like like if you get the recast, almost like a what's it called? This thing,
diminishing return.
This thing right here.
Oh, Ice Nova. Yeah, so it's like the original Ice Nova.
The original one. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I don't know how they're gonna do that one though, but it'll be definitely. I kind of want to have more intricate spells.
Weapon recast should increase weapon skill cooldown. That is,
That's interesting, but at the same time,
first they're gonna.
It already does.
Yeah, so they're gonna add weapon skill. Cooldown is gonna be more widely available, I believe, in other stats. Like I think they're gonna have an easier way to do it. How Chaos Dash increases Chaos Dash on recast. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
With that, it's like that spell has because like with the weapon skill, it's not like the entire skill is based around a recast because like it'd be like that and you could do it again. With this one, it's sort of like you dash and you wait and you dash again. So it would be different because it would just be like a bam, the CD's back.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, the way that they're currently going to have it is it almost doesn't. Honestly, even if they did increase the cooldown, it almost doesn't matter. Like it does. If it made it like huge, it would matter. But like it wouldn't matter if this happened.
I'd actually try to have them in there.
Like that would happen, okay? You're just gonna get juggled with great swords because they keep getting recasts. And then like, oh hey, okay, I finally stopped getting the recast. Oh, I have like a 15-second cooldown. Right? Oh, that sucks. I have 15-second cooldown, but I just did like 1 billion damage to you, you know?
No, see what you do is you get the old concept weapon Necro Dagger, and then you cast the unit with like 40 seconds to get it back.
Yes, exactly.
See, that is fair and balanced, guys.
Fair and
Just never
balanced.
dodge another alt one.
Yeah.
I honestly hope they introduce a new weapon like Rapier, or like make a weapon that's like slashers, but it's like just different. I don't know how to explain it. Like, honestly, either make it like Necro Dagger or make it like Rapier.
Yeah.
Because Whip is too good and it needs something to balance.
I hate whips so much, dude.
Dude, I would honestly stop running Whip if it had a different auto weapon.
Yeah, so why? That is actually on one of the things I would love to see is more. So I think how we do it in V Arena with 3 limits on how many like artifacts we can have. I think that like I would even say 2, make it like 2 the limit, but then make artifacts actually be build enabling. I think that personally is the best way you could approach that, because I think what people want is they want the ability to actually, I mean, I could be wrong with this. Obviously, some people just don't care. They just want to play meta and just win. But I think what people really want to see is more build variety. And the problem...
Oh my god.
Yeah, more build variety. So, like, you can actually play something and feel like you have a reasonable chance of doing something with it without running Cold Snap Blood Rage or Mistrance Blood Rage or whatever. So,
there are skills on... There are a lot of skills that need to be either rebuffed or just straight up revamped in general, pun intended, because like most of the Unholy Tree is unusable except for Soulburn and Death Knight. But that's about it.
And I think, I would say, yeah, Bone Explosion is
different.
pretty sick. Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Bone Explosion, Soulburn, and Death Knight. Ward of the Dam's questionable. Don't even use a Crepid Skull because then you're done for.
If Ward did what it used to do.
Oh yeah, they also need to bring back skills that break counters, because Void doesn't break counters anymore. Ward of the Dam doesn't do that. They need to fix the freaking Power Surge recast. I swear.
What is that? What even is that? Make it what it used to be. I don't even know why they didn't do that. It's like
it doesn't even pull you in.
I played it. I legit played it for a full week nonstop, just seeing if I could make it how it was supposed to feel. And I was like, what is the point of this stupid jewel? Like, what even is the point of this? Like, why would I want to remove my physical power bonus and movement speed bonus and everything else just to do like a tiny bit of damage? It's like, what even is that?
And then they need to bring back the original Blood Surge. Wow, Blood Surge, that's crazy. Power Surge and Blood Rage shields, because this 45% is actually crazy. I mean, it's literally like shielding yourself with a piece of paper. And that's essentially how it is, because everyone hits like an auto breaks that shield.
Yeah, it's really bad. So why Sanguine Coil? I agree. What I think needs to happen with projectile spells, personally, what I think needs to happen with those, they need to have stuff that's like. So right now we have okay, so Vampiric Curse on Shadowbolt. Okay, that concept needs to be explored so much more. And what I mean is, you need to have stuff where it's like, hey, I landed that on you, okay?
Yes.
And then a little circle thing goes around, and whenever it ends, that happens.
Yeah, so pretty much, it would basically be like what happens when you hit a frost shield.
Yes, exactly. So what happens is, if you land it, if you get the value, right? So right now, I'm not saying Frostbat's bad. It actually is really good. But they need to explore the ability to have like, so like right now it's like if you land Frostbat. Oh, Drax Vampire Curse. So here, this right here. So see that right there? That actually is Drax Vampire Curse, but that's the debuff. And Shadow Bolt actually has a jewel effect. Let me see if I even have it on my Shadow Bolt.
Basically,
no, I don't.
We need more spells that have delayed inputs like Pistol E, because that would actually like make projectiles go so much more interesting.
Yes, exactly. And then like, you can iframe it. It can force out iframes, but also so if you want to counter it that way, and then also if you don't, it's like if you manage to land the projectile, you get value from the projectile.
Yeah, and then there's also an unexplored damage over time that they could easily add to blood. So when you're fighting sticks, right? And
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. So basically, just put that like consume leech for bleeding or whatever. So that would obviously heal you, but that would also do tick damage. So you can put that on like Sanguine Coil or something like that.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So that's actually exactly what I was going to say. By the way, with Sanguine Coil, was that literally that exact thing as you just said?
We share the same brains.
Yep. So does the remove debuff jewel even do anything for PvP? It's extremely good. It is huge. It's also super high skill cap as well. Which yeah, I have it on my power surge. I have it on everything. Honestly, it's so good. So here's one reason why it's super good. Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, Merciless Charge that man right there. You're peeled.
Yep. He just gets rid of it. Yep, he gets rid of it from you. Yeah, it just removes the thing. So the other thing that's really good about it is when something like this happens. I'm stupid, my bad. There you go. So he could just instantly negate incap. And same thing with like this. And just remove it.
It's also really good for removing their rhythm if they're using Frost, right? So if this man pulls out that Frostbat, then I can just cleanse you immediately and then get rid of whatever their combo was going to be. So they have to try extra hard to CC, which is really important.
And then there's this right here. If I hit you with this, the Reaper Fading Snare is brutal. So I'm going to hit you, with Fading Snare real quick. Walk over here real quick. I'm going to hit you with Fading Snare with like the Reaper Q with Chill. I just want you to see how slow you walk. Just don't use Power Surge, don't cleanse it. Just start walking. Look at that. I mean, that's like brutal beyond belief. But if I do this and he Power Surges you... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you do this in Power Surge, you're good. No big deal.
Yeah. You can also get the same out of doing Slasher. That's actually
yeah. Yeah, snail speed for sure. Yep. So it's yeah, there's remove negative effects is like super good. It's also it also is really good in teams. It gets like even better in teams. I also personally really love this. It's hard to use, but I really love this. Jewel, accept that real quick, Wilfred.
Hold on.
So I actually really love this jewel. It's very meme.
That one's kind of nice.
Dude, it's super meme, but there is something I've always wanted to do, which is this. If you time it well, or just do it and then throw it on you, dude. I've always wanted to do that and like pull someone with me as I'm doing it. That right there. Just right as you land the ult and you come there and you just pull your boy with you. It's just so you can both do it. Like, let's kill this man. Like, oh man, there's that, and then there's also, yeah, more spear Qs. There's also if you do you have Merc Charge right now? Why? If you don't, toss it on and Merc Charge Wilfred real quick.
Yeah, not only does he cleanse me, so I could cook you right there.
Yeah.
But he can also pull me out at any time.
Exactly. I can cleanse him, and I can make it so it fears you whenever you land the Merc Charge, and then I can pull him away from me if I need to. There's so many things. I know it's like such a high like potential value off of that thing. It's so crazy, but also hard to use. A lot of times you use it and it's like a mistake. And it can also mess up your allies. Yeah, it can also mess up your allies where like they go for something and they made a smart decision to like dodge something, and then I do this, and then they're just like doing this to nothing.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's very
my
sad.
teammate had used that one time, and we were in the middle of a Gore Crusher fight, and he used that Wisp Dance skill. Yeah, minus 363 win that.
Yeah, just
Killed me.
instant death. Yeah. Ouchie.
And I was like, I am disowning you now. You are no longer part of my clan.
You know what spell I tried to get, or not spell, thing I tried to get to work? I've used it every once in a while still to mess around with. So Veil of Chaos, Blood Rage, Blood Rite, and then Wicked Prophet. It's so bad, but it is also kind of sick.
It actually would heal a lot, actually.
Yep, it's good, dude, because it does heal. Whenever you get, the problem is, I think the problem for me is the 10% RNG on the activation of your amulet is either consistent or it doesn't go off for 2 fights in a row.
Okay, dude, I'm telling you, they need to change how these amulets work.
Yes.
Turn them back to Gloomrot amulets, where they increase the actual status effects of some of these. Because the only thing you get on Blood Rage is like maybe a little.
Oh, they were so
like,
scared.
nothing.
So
Yeah, they were so scared.
They were so scared, and they're for good reason. I mean, let's be real. But like the Blood Rage itself is not real Blood Rage. So like lesser Phantomagus is legit like lesser Phantomagus. You just get a jewelless Phantomagus, and then like I think even the Power Surge I believe is like lesser Power Surge.
All Power Surge does
Is just apply. Is it?
It
Does it?
applies, like,
Is that all it's
all it
doing? It
does.
doesn't give you attack speed or anything. I actually don't even remember.
I don't believe so.
Let's try. Oh wait, you're on my team. Activate, please. This is what I hate about it. It gives me attack speed.
It does
Yeah.
it does a little bit.
I
But
think
even
it
then,
gives.
it's, like, really
I think it gives move speed too. Let me check. Wait, hold on. Actually, let me see what my move speed is. 5.6. Yeah, it does give move speed. Yep, 6.5. Yep. So it gives you it gives you a lesser power surge, but then the Blood Rage I think just does like.
It doesn't even heal you.
It doesn't even heal you. Yeah, it doesn't. It does like. Does it even apply Leech? I can't remember if it even plays Leech. I do not have Leech on me, do I?
So we're not.
Yeah.
We're not brought right.
There it is.
Yeah, that's.
It's so bad. So not only does it not do that, it's just. And then on top of that, I mean, the reason, honestly, I legitimately, can you even imagine if you ran this, if Crimson Commander had like 10% weapon skill life leech, and then you hit something with this?
Yeah, and you just keep the axes out, dude.
You literally just have 8 trillion HP. Like just so much
Yeah.
HP back from that if you had it.
People are actually sleeping on how Blood Rage and just OD works on rifts.
Yes, dude. Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can kill a rift in about 3 to 4 minutes tops.
Yeah. I mean, it just, you do tons of damage, and then just this right here, whoops, this right here, yeah, that right there, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you do a lot
Baseline
of
health at this
damage,
point. You
and
think
it's-
Blood Rage, why? Is that what you're saying? Blood Rage should add baseline health?
Nah.
Yeah, I think, or you mean Crimson Commander? Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah. No.
I can see that.
They should change. Okay.
I actually think
don't know.
you're right on that. I actually agree with you. That is what they should have done. Like, now that I think about this, yes, that's actually exactly what they should have done.
They should have either added more HP on the amulet, or they should have added the physical power back on the amulet. They should like swap some stats, cause like.
True. I think the problem with physical power is it was just so cracked. But I guess that's just because the whole situation was. Because I'm trying to remember. Didn't it also give you like damage reduction?
No.
Wasn't it like both? What gave you damage reduction? I can't remember.
damage reduction was on Spellweaver. It gave spell cooldown reduction, and
That's right.
and no, actually no, it used to just give cooldown recovery rate.
Cooldown
just
recovery rate, yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Not just spell, not physical, and then it was physical damage reduction.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, cracked item.
Yeah, it was.
I can never
but
remember.
now-
There's been so many iterations. I'm like, my brain just is melting right now.
Yeah, so I think they should either just go back with the regular necklaces, or just make the effects on these necklaces better.
Yeah, I
Higher
agree.
Chances,
Make it like,
or, just
yes, higher
change some of
chances,
them.
something, some other way to activate it. I don't even know, something, because it feels
'Cause-
like I said, it feels awful. Sometimes somebody will literally get, like I say, like these days I don't see a lot of spellweavers anymore, but like sometimes you'll see someone get like 5 spellweavers in one fight, and then
Right.
sometimes you won't get a spellweaver for like 2 fights. You're like, great, this is really fun.
Let me cook here. Okay, so make necklaces, right? Back to Moonrun, right? But then make the necklaces do more damage depending on whatever color it is. So if you're doing Arch Warlock, it would do more damage for frost spells. Crimson Commander for blood, Wicked Prophet for chaos, etc., etc. Make it like match with it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, more damage for that spell type.
Yeah. And then like tweak it however you really want to, but just give me back the original stats for necklaces, because honestly some of these are kind of horrible. Because all they did was just remove the actually good stat and then just slightly buff the other stat.
Yeah.
Like, Blade Master used to give attack speed and crit, but
And
now
crit,
that's
yeah.
a chance. Now it's just higher attack speed and Storm Shield, which
Yep.
honestly isn't that bad.
Blade Master's really good, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep. Blade Master, I think, is super good. Obviously, it's just Unyielding Chargers just holds everything back. And then just the way that they made Wicked Prophet and Crimson Commander. Like, just the way that those two are, it's unfortunate. Those two need some much more unique. I actually don't, like, if you gave a true Lesser Blood Rage and a true Lesser Power Surge, and then did something interesting on Crimson Commander, and whatever, I don't know. It could be super cool, but I don't know.
What you do is you so for Wicked Prophet, you basically just put Agonizing Flames on instead of it just giving you Power Surge, and then for Crimson Commander, if they do
That would be
decide
crazy.
to dig into the bleed AO, damage over time, then just
You
put
give it that one,
on
yeah.
Yeah, that would be so free.
I'm actually so interested to see whether things end up in 1.1. There could be some really cool stat changes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna fix a lot
Overall.
of things, but I'm actually kind of excited for the new spells, honestly. But honestly, let's be real, right? We need more things that can counter, either counters, or that go through counters, because we
Yep.
only have this, or crossbow Q, or pretty much
Yeah.
any aim.
That's literally it. Yeah. This right here needs to be what it used to be. I think that would really help. Do what?
What did that do?
Yeah, back in the day, so you threw it out as it was traveling, it was a projectile, but as you stood in it, it was an AoE.
Ooh.
And for some reason, they removed it. I'm like, why? I don't know why that was changed like randomly. It just made no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Mace
Are they
is
gonna add,
cracked, honestly.
Are they gonna be adding more boss-related weapons in 1.1?
Like additional weapon types.
Not weapon types, but like things like the general sorcerer and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Things like that.
I don't know. I don't think so,
If
but
they don't, that's so much content right then and there, and that's
it
so
really
much, like,
is.
more
It really is.
Because all you have to do is just make sure you cannot upgrade these weapons, and you're good. Like
Yeah.
Okay, so on Crypt, right? Gunther has General Sorcerer, okay, and it still has the old stats that it used to, 6 spell power, etc. Right?
The
But you
cracked
cannot-
item.
Yeah, but you can't even upgrade it. So yeah,
Yeah.
and then cause just make it the old job like from the Undead Commanders, and then make it like research, but it's also learnable on spot, so you don't have to bring it back to no study table. It's just you learn it.
That's
right then.
true. For Mortis, you're 100% right. Who knows what they're going to add with all their silence and lack of communication anyways, despite whatever that guru in your Discord says. Yeah, I don't know what that... He was saying, they do communicate. And I'm like, no, they really don't. Like, they don't. It's kind of sad. Like, obviously, we get like devlogs. The devlogs are always so juicy, but I think I don't know. There's just so many things that we just don't see and don't hear. And then they go dark.
They keep us in the dark for a little bit too long.
I think the other thing that would also just massively help would be balance. I mean, everyone just, this is like unironic, and it's just, it's like, oh, you think, you know, like, this is like Captain Obvious level here. But if they were to ask and say, hey guys, how do you guys feel about balance currently right now? A month after the game has come out, how do you guys feel about balance? Not even a month, actually, because I'm actually a month after, I'd be like, okay, they did hotfix stuff. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, next month. Okay, how are you feeling about XYZ? And then you see what's going on there. Okay, this is now feeling too bad. And then you say, okay, great, month, we're going to adjust a little bit there. And so every month they ask and say, hey, temperature check, how's it feeling? Okay, this is a little bit, maybe don't go crazy on the nerfs and buffs, but just give a little bit of tweaks. It's like, okay, I see what you're saying. Let's adjust it, see how it feels. Because I will say, people have gotten so good at this game, which I think is actually their thing, you know? People have gotten so good at this game now that we've figured out things that we used to think sucked are now really good. So there's that. So for instance, Ice Block, everyone was like, trash spell. Why would you ever use this dumb spell? It's like the most pointless spell ever. And now it's like, wait, Ice Block's kind of cracked. Like, it's kind of nice in teams when you can save people. That's really nice, you know? Like, so I don't know. There's that, and then, but yeah, I just think so. I don't want them to be too many updates, just too much. But if they that spell is the biggest meme of all time.
Dude, no, actually, you should.
If you can land it, dude.
No, you should see this thing that me and Schlamber did. That was so silly. It's like it's just a new way to move.
Oh, I know. Yeah. The speed on that, and then you do a lightning curtain. You just zip out.
Aegis movement speed.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's honestly the new movement speed. It used to be Arctic Leaf, honestly.
Remortis says this game is so good, they could really make something amazing here. I totally agree with you, Remortis. I mean, 100% agree. Like, why don't they do anything with it? Yep.
Yeah, if they started accepting more player ideas into this game, like, not like every single idea everyone ever had, but if they started accepting a lot more ideas, then they would probably be a lot better off. This game would definitely see more active action.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly want better spells, because some of these spells either need to be removed or nerfed, or buffed to, like, realms never before seen.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I agree. Some of these spells are literally just entirely useless.
Or
like, not entirely useless, but
I can see the appeal of having some spells for like just PvE, but like at the same time, like you can do PvE. So some of these spells are very unbalanced, and if you fall in love with a spell like Corrupted Skull, you're screwed. You're going to get dumpstered. There is no alternative. You're going to get dumpstered.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of sad. Like every single spell in Storm Magic is good. Frost, every single thing's good, right? In Illusion, we're approaching a rate, but everything's good.
If they fix the dash, that Illusion is sick. If they fix the dash, proccing counters, Illusion would be one of the sickest dashes in schools ever. It'd be so good, and maybe fix Wraith Spear.
Chaos is good. The balance kind of falls off endgame, but it's still decent.
It still hits so hard.
Yeah, and almost everything in Blood Magic is very good.
So
almost everything in Unholy is kind of unusable.
Yeah. So I'm going to finish Remortis' thought here real quick, and then I'm going to talk to Nate here. So Remortis says, and they ask nothing and change shit that no one was complaining about. Yep. Like your favorite crafting and enemy base, bases thing. Who wanted that change, dude? So I actually think what happened with that, I honestly, I don't know, but I have a feeling what happened with that. There was a lot of shenanigans surrounding prison cells and during raids of like, obviously people would come in and grief people and kill their prisoners. And then it was just like, GG, I'm leaving the server because what else am I even going to be able to do? Like, I'm not going to go back and farm prisoners again. It's just stupid. But then whenever they made it so you couldn't do that, they accidentally made it so people couldn't interact with people's prison cells. So people were storing loot inside of prison cells during raids. So you literally just couldn't raid and get mats because they would have like 50 prison cells or whatever, or maxed out prison cells. And then they would put as many items that mattered in those prison cells. So you literally just didn't get any loot. What I think happened, which is bad. Both of those situations are stupid. What I think happened is they went into the game files. They said, oh, that's bad. Let me fix that real quick. And they changed the global variable that has to do with crafting stations and said, unable to interact with buttons on crafting stations. You can access them and take things out of them, but you cannot interact with the buttons on whatever, because they looked to see where the prison cell was. It was under the global variable of crafting station, whatever that variable is. And then they said, let's just fix this real quick. We can fix it. We're in 1.0, right? We're trying to push it out, and this is what we're trying to get done. We're trying to get something done here. And then move on. So the way they fix it, they just said, go in. They went to the crafting station and said, hey, you can't press the buttons. And then they just were like, all right, next thing. And they didn't realize that would just totally screw over every other aspect of that situation. And we're like, oops, actually, we accidentally made it so you can't craft in crafting stations. And then, as usual, we just never revisited that issue for a year. I think that's what happened, because there is no other logical explanation in my mind of why that could have happened for like actually a good reason in terms of like gameplay experience. That is like the worst change for me that they've made to PvP servers a lot. So I don't know. That one is brutal. It's honestly terrible. So like the two biggest reasons, I've talked about this a billion times, two biggest reasons is joining a server that's max pop. A lot of times you would have situations where you would have like a community crafting station where someone would be like, hey, I'm just gonna make a castle in the middle of the map. You can access all the crafting benches, and you can just come in and you can craft what you need whenever and like also have like refinement stuff. So you would have like looms and like furnaces and everything. And so people would just come in and just refine their stuff, and then they would take it, they would craft stuff. So at the very least you could get like unupgraded items. And then you would just wait for a base plot to open up or find like a castle, like a clan that could accept you. And you would hop in, you would join that clan. That's what it used to, like, that's how it would be, right? Now, you literally can't do that. You just walk around the map aimlessly, hoping that something happens, and then maybe you'll find a plot that was empty, and you're like, oh, and you just jump and get that plot, or maybe you can find a squad. And it's like, hey, anybody need another for their squad or their duo or whatever? And then nobody answers, and it's like, okay, bye, and you just leave the server. So, stupid. And then the other thing is obviously just it's a PvP video, like it's a PvP playstyle, and being able to steal and craft in the crafting stations is like a core concept in PvP survival games, and it just needs to be fixed. That one needs to be fixed. I'm so annoyed, and it makes me so mad that it hasn't been fixed this whole time. But yeah.
So hear me out, right? We should have the ability. Well, shoot. I mean, I want to say we should have the ability to make friendly zones in castle areas, but at the same time, that is way too easy to explain.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I think there should be. I think it should be a server setting to have a single base plot as a community base plot, or just like, or I guess a mod maybe. That's what mods kind of do now, but I don't know, like just something like that, because yeah, it's just. I also think that I don't know, maybe not. I was gonna say, oh, I also think what are the other issues?
It's like okay, so there's a mod, right? And it's called, I don't know exactly what it's called, but basically you can enter an area, and it would basically say you are now in an Elysium, and you cannot attack anyone.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, I'm talking like just put that in like a base or something.
Or maybe not even a base plot. Just put it in his city somewhere.
And then
just put it out in the world.
And then just allow people to go into your base and craft whatever they need to.
Yeah.
So they can't, and also make it so where they can't be like stolen from or anything.
Right. So Nate, okay, so Nate, now we're gonna get to this one. Nate, I'm with you on builds. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this. This is something I've seen a trillion times. And I'm gonna explain why it won't work out the way people think it'll work out. So I'm with you on builds. I think they should limit each player to 6 weapon types. Or 6 weapons tops. It really force builds. So I'll explain why. So at face value, I know why people say that. I know why they say, hey, let's limit weapons. Because then you can like, the concept behind it is that you can like have a weapon build, right? Like, I'm going to pick my X amount of weapons. The one I see the most is 4. You say 6 on this. And a lot of times what you'll see is people will be like, I'm going to limit, we will limit that. And then you have to like really truly pick the weapons that you want. The problem is, whenever you get to a really high level in this game, you realize that every single weapon has a very important function in some way, to the point that even having 8 weapons on your
It's not
hotbar
enough.
is not enough. So like,
Like,
to
right
be able
now,
to
if
truly
they were
play well, like or quote unquote peak. And let's say they limit the weapons. What happens is, let's say it's 6 weapons, you would essentially see the same probably 4 to 5 weapons in every single person's hotbar.
I can guarantee you that some weapons that you would see is slasher,
You would have to
slasher,
see
greatsword, pistol, spear,
spear,
and
slasher.
sword.
Yes, yep. The guaranteed one would be spear, slasher, pistol. Those are required to play the game. And then you would probably see longbow because it's the most cancer thing ever. You would probably see whip because it's the most cancer thing ever. And then it would be like greatsword or mace, and then reaper. So like 6 is better than the 4 that I usually see, but you, again, like I said, you would still see like, you would see stuff where it's like you have to use it. You couldn't run axes. You probably, honestly, I actually think you wouldn't see greatsword. Maybe you would if you have Siren's Will, because that's the other thing too, is you would have, that would make it so builds that use things like Siren's Wail and Mace, Hand of Winter, make things that use things like Siren's Wail and Hand of Winter would be like even stronger. Because as of right now, I'm not using it because it feels a little too OP, and they are still crazy cracked. But if you limit the weapons, what happens is then people are like, all right, I'm going to run Greatsword, Siren's Wail. I'm going to run Pistol. I'm going to run Spear. I'm going to run Slashers. And then I'm going to run Hand of Winter and Frost builds. And now I have basically so much potential damage that if you're not running what I'm running, you're just going to lose. So
I honestly despise the argument that is we should have less weapons. You can use less weapons if you want to, but having a limit like 8 or 9 is better because it allows for people to just freely choose it, like, instead of you just being up in your feet because you got out weapon swapped.
Yeah, I think the way you approach it is what we talked about earlier, is having unique artifacts that have more unique things, right? And more unique interactions with spells, so that the artifacts are the things that are enabling your builds, and then the purple items are supporter items to like do something else. Either it's like you want to do static or condemn or whatever it is. And you are really mostly leaning your build heavily around like your specific weapons, like artifact weapons. And then maybe, and then also looking at like customizing those or like interacting with those with the, with spells. So I've got 2k hours and proficient with 8 fluently. It opens up spell changes that make builds more viable. Limiting weapons alone will lead to what you're describing. Whenever we say it opens up changes to builds or spell changes that make builds more viable, it opens up spell changes that make builds more viable. Do you mean limiting the weapons makes certain things more viable? Because if you are saying that, the problem is that it also kind of doesn't. Because this build right here is what you will see literally in every single location on every part of the map, is this right here. Ready? Oh, I just deleted my longbow. Hold on.
Oh, whoopsie daisies, guy.
Let's do...
Terrible Timmy made an oopsie guide.
Let's just do this.
First part of his name, though he's not terrible.
This is not the right thing. I'm just using beacon longbow, but this is what you'll see literally everywhere.
As a user of the OG build, I must say, it's actually really good, and if they bring back the shield, but the runaway potential is great, because if you run the illusion longbow as he's running right now, run Siren's Will, you can fear them and then literally run away every single time.
This right here, this is what we see. I'm telling you now, that is the meta build if you have limited weapons. Like, so essentially it's like we could have cool spells. You know, you could have like Ice Nova, you could have whatever, but people are just gonna be doing that.
I can definitely see the people's appeal on keeping like on limiting weapons and all that, but saying just limiting weapons for everybody is a very I say emotional thing. It's like it's more like it's kind of like that came from you getting out swapped by somebody. So make it so where artifacts are easier to use, like in lesser amounts. I don't know, like where you can use less artifacts, but at least try to keep up with people that are using more.
Doesn't need to change spells to facilitate with the limited weapons. So I think actually, so one of the ideas I had for this, I know I'm just gonna keep repeating the ideas I've mentioned. One of the ideas I had for that, I think, is actually kind of like a nice middle ground for that, is introducing a spell staff weapon. So introducing a spell staff weapon, I think, is the happy middle ground there. So like, essentially, let's say you're a player who does not want to learn to weapon swap with 8 weapons. It's just like, no, thank you. I just don't want to do that. Well, let's say you're like, okay, you know what? Let's make a spell staff where you can infuse it with specific spells, like offensive spells. And maybe you have like a longbow or like a greatsword or whatever. You have like a couple weapons, 4 weapons or whatever. And then you are primarily using your spell staff. And so you have your 2 main spells. And then on the spell staff, you can put like offensive spells that share your weapon cooldowns. So that in that way, you can like play your normal spells to be defensive, but then also have like spells enabled. So it's like, you know, I really don't want to like have to deal with having 8 weapons. So I'm just going to run a spell staff, and I'm going to like really focus like heavily into spells and just see how it all fits, see how it feels that way. So like you only have to have like 4 weapons if you want to, because you're really just primarily focusing more on spells. Exactly. Yeah. Spell staff, they don't have jewels and they're only offensive. Yep. They don't have, it's like just base. It's like the lesser versions that you have on these like things here, the lesser power surge, lesser blood rage or whatever, but it's only offensive specifically. And then you just kind of, yeah, you're just playing and you're like, you know, let me see here. You got your power surges, you got your whatever, you got your counter, and then you're also like, you swap to your Reaper or your spell staff and you're like throwing out your frostbats. You know, that kind of thing. I think that ends up being really sick. Dracula released ruined the game because move speed meta got way too strong. I preferred voice spam meta before. Yeah, I mean, totally cannot agree anymore. Just the fact that move speed is just really brutal in this game right now. Like if you learn to play it, it can be really, really fun, and there's a lot of fun with it. But like there are so many moments where something is happening and I just have to be like, oh, never mind. I'm gonna get off of the amulet and everything else I had and just go ahead and put on my you know, unyielding charger and then just run away, please, or move around faster. Like you just think, like, because people are just rushing you down with like OD build. How do you counter a move speed user? If they're good enough, there's almost nothing you can do. I mean, that's not true. I mean, the thing is that like discharge, hold snap, mistrance, those are the things that like help with this. Because it's like it CCs off the counter, so they're move speeding around you like and then they hit you. And you use like discharge. Oh no, yeah, Wilfred, I mentioned spell staff should only be offensives. Only offensive spells, and they should recategorize spells as offensive and defensive and have only offensive spells. But yeah, so why? So essentially, like if you're doing that, yeah, exactly. You pop that. That's how you kind of do it. So if I'm like speeding around like a maniac and I'm like coming at you with move speed, then you can just counter me, and then the second it procs, I spear key you. So that's the idea behind it. And the other thing is like somebody spamming with this. I'll do it again. Yeah, to reset real quick and do it again. Why? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that's in theory how you counter the move speed, but the problem is, let me just show you why that's a problem. If I'm this far away.
Yeah. And if you're fast enough, you can just do like a pull up your counter. I'm just not that guy.
Definitely not in the too many weapons. It's hard camp. Just looking to disrupt the cookie cutter stuff in the game. Sorta boring and stale. Yeah, I got you, man. Totally, like I totally understand. I think one way to do that, by the way, Grim XV actually had a super good idea behind that. Like what his suggestion was essentially, instead of limiting weapons, introduce significantly more weapon types. to the point that you literally have to choose. So right now, obviously, we have 11 and we have 8 weapon slots. We have 11 weapons. His thing was like, hey, bring it up to like 16 weapons. So there's just no possible way other than like inventory swapping 16 weapons, which I also think shouldn't be a thing. But just keeping it 8 weapons, it's like there's no way to cover every weapon's possible thing. So you actually have to make a meaningful choice in what weapons you're using and just truly decide what there is, what you're going to use, what you're not going to use.
Yeah.
That was his concept, and I think that's probably the better way to do it, and like mix that with the artifact thing that we were talking about, where like you can only have a certain number of artifacts on your hotbar, and they kind of like enable certain builds. Ends up making it very interesting. Spear Q needs to have a flat damage number, not multiple hits with stagger. I don't know. I think so. I think he means like it goes like this, essentially, with your Spear Q. Like, or like if this happens, you're like you just hit the Q and it is like a big damage number, and then you know that's all it is.
So is he saying that it needs to just do damage but not stagger?
Yeah, just do damage, not stagger, maybe.
Okay, so we're talking about a 50. No,
Yeah.
that's kind of what it is.
He says not multiple hits, so I imagine he means just like maybe a different ability altogether that just doesn't.
Okay, so I think what he's trying to say, right, is instead of having it like just a multiple thing, it's just like this big old stat.
Yeah, with that, just like poking him with the stab with the Q. Yeah, I think the lockdown. I will say Spear Q. I don't think Spear Q's terrible for solos because it's fine to just have like good spells that are like guaranteed damage if you catch somebody with them. Right, like that's fine. Stuff like if it was only greatsword, that you're just gonna get countered nonstop, right? Or like yeah, whatever. But I don't think it's bad in 1 or solos. I also don't think it's horrible in 2s. Like it is brutal, but it's not like the end of the world all the time. But in trios and higher, it is absolutely horrifically stupid. Where you just hit a merc charge on one person and then 3 people come in and just spear Q and just the guy just is deleted.
Oh,
just
it's
like
over.
yeah, it's over. And then the fight is over. Like it's like, oh, now it's 3v2, we win.
Oh, dude, I had an insane fight on Rift today. It was crazy. I had the Zeal moment unlocked in. I had the walk and stick out and everything. It was great. So anyway, this is what it would look like if we both had buffs on and then I merciless charged this guy. And that's on Warrior too. So
That's on Warrior with Warrior. I think he has Dreadplate. Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, the tank.
and
The tank.
If I bust out my, my home created tech of the Endbringer E and cast it as Spear Q. By the way, Timmy, who do you duo with the most?
Oh, I very rarely do. I'm almost always soloing.
I see.
Sometimes I do like
So-
duoing, but my problem is a lot of times I'm just kind of playing chill wipe sessions. I'm not usually going super hard. Like I'll go wipe day, whatever, but I'm not like racing to shards and stuff anymore.
Something that me and Azul did was I ulted a guy, and so we both Endbringer E'd him, and then did Spear Q.
Yeah, that's definitely
That
the
man
combo.
got murdered.
Instant delete.
It
Yeah.
was so sad. Like, we gotta do it, bro. We gotta do it for the memes just to clip this guy.
For sure. Oh yeah, hold on. I'm stupid, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, just do it off of mine.
Yeah.
And that's on Warrior. He would have gotten murdered on
Oh yeah, he would have died way before that. So Spear Q. Okay, so Nate says I'd be down with like multiple weapon types. Just want more choice. Totally agree. Yep, I think that's something like that. Just explore those things first before going to the limit weapons, because again, like just you have to have pistols, you have to have slashers. That alone is just like a problem. And then like spear is too good not to run because Q is so crazy. And then like whip is just cracked. So it's like you're gonna have people just running the same items. So I think if you have different variety, that makes it pretty cool. Static spear Q comboed by multiple players is silly. Yes, it is. Open world turned into any CC into 4-player spear combos. Yep. 1000% agree. Lego Reaper E makes the combo even more ridiculous. Yep, adding the condemn to it. It's so crazy. For sure.
weapon. Honestly, I'd definitely be down for some more of the weapon types. Like I was talking to Chapel, not really. I hopped in the stream one time and I was like, "Yo, bro, I think the new weapon type's gonna be a bomb for a bit." Like, add a bomb weapon. Why not? I mean, we don't have a single weapon that literally is just AoE.
Throw a bomb, yeah. That could
Yeah,
be
just
interesting.
be
Yeah,
like,
true.
oh yeah, oh watch this, brother. I think an idea I saw someone say in the comments was like, it's on. Me personally, I'm kind of rooting for double swords because everybody has double swords but vampires. Well, Six has one. Kinda weird.
I did not have, what's it called? Whoops. Oops. Surge didn't get nerfed, by the way, Wilfred. The shield anyway. Blood Rage did, but Surge didn't. It's 60% still.
Oh, well, no, that mean it's still nerfed because it used to be 90%.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, both used to be 90%, so if you ran OD, you could have a shield.
Oh, you're
that's
talking
less
Gloomrot, or because Gloomrot for sure.
Gloomrot.
Yeah. The current one's, I don't know. I think it's fine. It's, what is it, like 30 HP?
It's undoable,
Yeah.
bro. You can auto one time it's over. So just, I put the numbers in the clan chat. The
Which one
first
is which one's attack speed? Is it 256? 257 2786?
2785. Wait.
Is it attack speed?
We do
Go.
damage out here, boys.
Oh yeah, we do the damage.
So yeah.
Whoops, I did not mean to do that.
Oh yeah, by the way, if anyone, Jesus, I can't talk. If anyone out here is running only Greatsword and you're running Merciless Charge too, a combo that you do on the ult is just 2 autos and then a Greatsword. I mean that works too, but if you're running like just Greatsword, because you're too busy,
Yeah.
just do that. But otherwise, if you don't have any,
You can also do
like
this. Hey, hold on a second. I think you can do that too, but
if you
the attack speed.
run Siren's Wail, then yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody for 2s.
Oh yeah, let's go TP1. Or we could stay here for 2s, yeah, either way. Alright. See you, Mortis. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on, but we'll just have to see. Oh, there we go. Here's Belmont. Simon Belmont.
So I think a really good build for anyone to use in like a duo situation or just a team fight situation is Lance and Soulburn. Because the Lance sets up a lot of combos and Soulburn
It's cracked.
explanatory. Yeah.
Sober strong.
Yeah, it's ooga boog. It's win button. Alright, why? You gotta invite Belmont.
Oh, why? Type .inv space and then type Belmont's name here. Oh yeah, there we go. Works too. Cancel that grid sword. I did not mean to do that.
The double Valkyrie returns is so silly. Oh, that was scary. That was scary.
Imagine being Titty's guinea pig for combos. We're just having fun. We're having fun. If anybody needs stuff, you know, if anyone needs, oh, actually, hey, Lyra, hop in with them, maybe 2v3. You want to try it?
And if we get folded, I'll just have to run a count.
Yeah.
Nothing too bad.
Oh,
Nah, do 2v3. Let's try it.
let's 3v2. Yeah, let's try to be 3v2. Unless you want, I mean, and sub in. Okay. See how it goes for now. Wait, Lyra can be the third party.
Yes, 2v2.
Lyra, 2v2v1.
Yeah.
Wait, I just see somebody's name. All right. Ouchie. Oh no! That could have been really bad. I should have saved him. Oops. I should not have done that, my bad. I didn't realize you were dead. I honestly did not realize you were dead the whole time. I was like, man, he's doing something back there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Just chilling back here real quick, just having fun.
That's a really good one. Really good one.
There we go. Ouchie. Oops. That guy's dead. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, that was stupid of me. There we go, get the fear. Oh, man. Oh! Oh my goodness, I'm getting owned. Wait a minute.
God, I
There we
love
go.
these ringers, dude. They're so funny.
Are you doing yellow neck?
Nope.
Yes.
That was actually such a sick recast, honestly.
Good grief. I just done my best with slot,
I confused myself with that pull. Dude, I'm telling you, the Wisp Dance recast is just... It is so much damage.
I honestly
Pew,
just kind
pew,
of
pew.
styled on Belmont there, my bad, bro. I'm just peeking with Kylie real quick. Yeah, the people honestly sleep on the Endbringer plus Pure Q combo. It's honestly insanely powerful.
Big damage.
It does more damage than an Axie. If
Oh,
it
interesting.
covers.
Yeah, yeah. It hits.
It's
It hit
250
hard.
versus 225.
Oh, true, because it's... Isn't it... Wait, is it guaranteed crit? I can't remember. Oh, they got rid of that. That's right. They got rid of that. I remember that was so stupid, dude. Oh, man.
No, it's better than Artifact Axis too. If it crits, of course, but it mostly crits all the time. Hey, now, Slayer. See, like, OD with autos is so insane.
It's so busted.
Oh god, not the voids. Carpet bomb.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I honestly you would look at reset. Sorry. Hit me real quick. Okay. Oh, restarting. Restart. He actually hit me clean with that void, and I just kind of like instantly reset out of habit.
Yeah, the only bad thing about having voids in here is that you can't see it on the carpet. We peel that. We peel that.
Nice.
So when am I getting that clan invite? It's so good over, dude. See, I think some people need to listen to this one real fast, right? Even if you miss some parts of your combo, still go through with it. Cause like I didn't even stun this Y guy right here, but I still did the 3 Greatsword autos and then spear queued him. Now that doesn't work for every combo. Like example, you do the Siren's Will with Greatsword combo. If you miss the Greatsword queue, do not do the Siren's Will on E. There's no point in doing it really unless it's to interrupt. But just continue combos usually. It'll work. Sometimes.
Ball lightning. All right, we're swapping to the ball lightning combo. I'm gonna swap real quick. Okay, we're good.
It's not even skill to gap at this rate, it's just damage gap. Whoa, whoa.
I honestly. There you go.
Yeah, another tip is that when you're doing team fights, most of the team fights also devolve into like 1v1s, 2v2s, 1v2s, 1v, you know, etc. like that. Yeah.
That, and if you can keep your brain around and dodge the guy you're in front of and screw the other guy, like destroy your like duos fight. So for instance, that's why ball lightning that I'm using right now, it can potentially just be so insane. And so like if I'm fighting, you know, Lyra or whatever, and then Wilfred or whoever gets into some issue, I can just throw a ball lightning over and stun the guy, and suddenly Wilfred gets to like win the fight. So
Yeah, it's pretty good.
what are we doing?
You're still in here, why? We were switching teams, but I used not shuffle teams and then pulled her in there. I gotta go in about 7 to 6 minutes.
Okay, Lyra, you can type .ca.
Nah, just nah. You're like 27 people.
There it is.
Over, guys.
Oh, it's us. Oh, it's this. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't realize what was going on. All right, we'll swap around. All right, here, 8, 3, 2, 1, go.
We'll swap clans after every 3 fights.
No. Ouch. You tried. We go again. I almost had it. Getting caught with that merc charge. Getting caught with that merc charge. Getting caught with that merc charge. Oh, brutal. So sad.
Yeah, that was honestly the most tragic charge I've ever seen
Dude,
in my life.
I just burst him down so far. I'm like, all right, I got like one veil combo and he's dead. And then I got hit by the merc charge. Sad. Also, my pistol E. Dude, my pistol E was 0.1 second. I'm just holding the E. I'm like, I can get out of this. And nope. Nope.
It's over.
I'm like, if I get out of this, I win. I'm just going to pistol E and he dies. And we're good.
See, that's why I don't wish your E god.
Sad.
Nah, see, here's the strat, guys. Kill your enemies before they can kill you, okay?
Yeah, true. Get good.
Don't need an iframe if they don't have HP. Nah, trust, it does work. That's how you run OD.
I gotta finish this guy off. I gotta finish someone off. Oh, I'm not ready. Okay, never mind. I should have just stayed on Belmont longer. Oh, I should have stayed on Belmont longer. That was my. I should have. If I would have stayed until he was dead, we probably would have had that. But I was like, I'm gonna scare him off and then go to Wilfred. Sad.
I keep getting violent.
Oh, I'll kick. I can kick. You just kick and reset, maybe. Oh, I'm so sad. If I would have just stuck on Belmont, that was it. I had him so low, and then I had landed that really good stun, like cross map stun on Wilfred.
Let's give this guy a shot.
Oh, is Lyra coming? Wait, Lyra, are you coming?
Cheers. I'm not in a team.
EP team name. No trance, this man wants.
Your bloodline is.
It is my honor. I yield.
Oh, baby, we like this.
It's over. How did it not?
No, that's so sad. Oh, the double counter is brutal.
Gotta love the slash keys, guys. Okay, guide. Gotta lock in, guide.
No. No, the double counter is so brutal in this. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Okay,
my
I just need to be
God,
smarter.
I'm actually locked in right now. It says that I have to leave in 1 minute because my goodness gracious.
No, I don't
That's-
speak Spanish, my friend.
I always start cooking that dog, man. I swear. I have to give up.
Alright. Oh, that sucks so bad. I even know it's coming. Time is timed, dead. Very sad.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna do one more. Let's do a 2v3 with me and Kyler, and then you guys do.
Okay. This.
I invited you.
I got that and all like the blood type, all the notices all together, and I'm looking and I was like, oh wait, it's above all that.
Alright, guys, this is gonna be my last fight.
All right.
Alrighty, GG's, guys.
GG's.
See you later.
See ya.
So now I'm gonna have to crash out on my round.
Let's see. .inv. Yeah, we can do some twos. All right, Lyra, if you want us two versus those two, up to you. Unless you're heading out. Okay. Do more of this. I really like this build specifically. Chaos Barrier, ball lighting, especially for teams. Oh, no, you're fine. I really like this, especially for teams. It's super fun. Oh, we're going. Okay. It's not like the ideal thing, but I think that's so good about it. Oh, he's doing that. Oh, I tried. Oh, that's not good. I wasn't really watching. Oh, we got him and dead. Yep. There we go. Woo, that got close. Yeah, I really like this build specifically for teams because it's really good to counter, like to stop counters with this, and then this is really nice because you can snipe across from here to like over there and stun somebody. It's pretty cool. Oh no! That's brutal. I didn't expect to double. That's smart, but... Oh my gosh, I'm very dead. Okay, so they're obviously going after me. I just need to... Ah, I'm dead. Very dead. That was very obvious. He's going to do that. I don't know why I keep... My brain just is late, and my brain just is not reminding me that he has 2 counters. And so I'm constantly like, oh, wait. What can I switch up a little bit? Alright. It won't work this time. Now I know they're just going to hard commit on me. Which is fine. I will be smart. I need to remember he does that. No. Getting the discharge on that is so dumb. Almost crazy. I'm in big trouble. I didn't realize my health is that low. No! Why do I always fall for the double counter? Okay. Alright. I'll go to my other fun build that I like to play. I'm also not playing very intelligently, but we'll use this this time. Maybe we try this. Let's try this. Dang. Oh no, it didn't work. That's annoying. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. Oh, it was almost so good. Oh my goodness. That combo is delicious. Oh, that combo was so good. Hitting with this while this was happening and then this is going on was very nice. No. Oh, I almost got it. Saving my ball lightning. There we go. Alright, doing a little better. And do I do something more fun or more like meta here? I haven't played in a really long time. We'll do this. Oh man, imagine playing Wisp Dance, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh no. That was it. No, that's it. Oh, I had that. I should have just not done the E on them. I know it's coming. I don't know why I keep falling for it. Oh, double counter is brutal. I should have won that, honestly. I mean, I can't run this spell with double counter, I don't think. I guess I just don't recast it. Honestly, that would have been so insane if I would have timed that. There we go. Man. Let me do this. Let me just go full good build. 11? Oh. I was like 11, 12. We're counting. All right. We are going to run good build. No, I should have spear queued. I knew it was the play because yes, 8,000 item or counters. Oh, so close. No! Oh, that's so annoying. That was my mistake. I should have done that. I did play smarter. There. I love this game, but had to leave it a negative view on Steam because the remaining player base is a bunch of toxic turds and they deserve a small player base and low player count. I disagree. I think there's a lot of bozos that need to be like put in their place by the actual developers, but I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. That was a big mistake on my part. I made a mistake there. Oh, come on. No. I should have, honestly, I should have spear queued that. Oh, it's just so stupid. No. All right. My brain is off right now. No. Sucks. I should have countered that, but oh, very sad. Honestly, I could just be mean and oh no. we go. I've experienced a lot of toxicity in this game. That's how you keep new players around. That's now how you keep... Wait, oh, that's not how you keep new players around. It seems fun, but the sweaty no-lifes just win, and it kind of makes it pointless to play and farm mats for them. I mean, look, there's going to be people who are good in this game. I do agree it's definitely hard, and there's a huge, very steep learning curve. I should have seen that coming. Yeah, it can be definitely a big learning curve, and there are a lot of doofuses, but I will say some people will say like things are toxic when they are not toxic. It's just like I'm losing, therefore toxic. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but yeah, I don't know. There are also a lot, I agree, there's a lot of idiots in this game that needs to be put, like, for sure. Stillnog needs to slap them down really bad. There's like a lot of idiots. Which I guess I don't really know what the way to get around that is. Yeah, I don't know what their goal thing is other than just like having the ability to like detect whenever someone's being a complete idiot and then punish them for doing it. MMR system. If there's enough player base, you could for sure have some kind of MMR system. That would be really nice. I think one thing that sadly happens whenever the updates are, the updates get, like the, sorry, one thing that happens whenever the update, like the player base dies out after each update, is you're really only left with veteran players, and so if you play that, oh, that sucks. That would have been so nice. There we go. Oh, I tried to snapshot it through that. I think whenever you're left with just a bunch of veteran players, it makes it really difficult. But one way that kind of allows to like the ability to fix some of that is yeah, one way you can sorry, I'm just gonna say see you later, guys. One way you can fix that in private servers whenever they have a griefing limit where it's like a griefing rule where it's like, hey, if you kill, you're not allowed to kill somebody if your highest gear score, like with all your equipment equipped, is more than 10 or 15 levels higher than them. You're not allowed to like fight and kill them. I think that's a really good rule that just in general makes the game feel just more fun and like just generally. But I agree that whenever it's just veteran players, especially like good players, and you're just new trying to learn, and there's some idiot who's like, I no-lifed the game. I like no-lifed the game, hit 91 in the first like 8 hours or something with all the shards, and now I'm just roaming the map looking for the easiest kills that I can possibly find and just like kill people. That is sadly what happens in a lot of servers in this game, and it feels very bad. But that's why I think like in those types of private servers where you have the ability to have like griefing protection, it does help, especially with new players. Now there are like hardcore servers where everybody's good, or like majority of people are veteran players, and that's just like those end up working out a little bit better. They feel better. Here, I'm gonna burrow here so you guys can watch while I'm talking. But yeah, so there's some where it's like veteran players, like there's some situations where it's like they're intended to be more veteran style things, servers, and those are fine. It's okay because everybody knows what's going on. Like for instance, I played on one called Sanguine Rain recently with a trio. It actually felt super, super good. And for a while, for the first couple of days, but the problem is like it happened. People no-lifed. We were we're actually ahead gear score wise the first night. My squad was, but then it didn't matter because we logged off, and then everybody just stayed on until they hit max level, which that just happens. But yeah, it's okay to have like quote unquote competitive servers like that. But yeah, my personal preference is duo servers that have that kind of a limit in place, or duo servers where it's like a mixed bag. Like, so for instance, I played on a no wipe server for a really long time that I showcased off yesterday, called Devil's Line, where the majority of players, you had a very good mix of like new to the game players, some returning players, and some veteran players. And for the most part, none of the veterans were like being like toxic, just farming people for fun. And it made the game so good. And also there was really cool like community effort to get new players better at the game. So we had everyone built like arenas inside of their castles, and we did duels for hours and hours and hours. And legitimately it ended up being, I ended up making a joke about it. I ended up calling it the Devil's Line Academy, because there were people who had literally just never played the game before. And they went from never playing the game and didn't know what to do to suddenly like they're actually like solid threats. And if they were to come back to the game during like 1.1 and go onto a server, they would probably, all of those people would probably just stomp hard because they just played enough and they learned from like veterans. We taught them what we knew. And it was a really cool thing. That kind of thing. It was legitimately one of the cool, like probably the coolest server I've ever played on. It was so good. Would be nice if a mod gave players a natural shield, kind of like an invuln when you first join when you first join a server. The shield could force players to follow the rules. I think another one thing that actually is a cool mod that helps with that as well, not helps, but like is interesting with that, is when somebody goes on a kill streak for too much, they actually get a bounty on their head and they are visible on the map at all times. And that can help. And also kill feeds, so you can track who has the bounty, who's getting kills, who's killing who. And it was like it can kind of help that way. So like if you're a newer player or somebody who's like under leveled, you can just see like, oh, there's a bounty guy in that zone. I'm not going anywhere near that zone. I'll find something else to do. Like, so that's pretty fun. That was a pretty cool thing. But I see what you're saying, Sholo, too. The only thing the only thing I think would really be nice would be, yeah, it's like a wanted system. Exactly, Chaos. It was like the most wanted people had bounties, and you could kind of just find them and run around it or avoid them if you wanted to. The only thing you have to really make sure is that the mod also takes into account that person's highest gear score ever, like the record highest gear score they've had. Because one thing people will do if you're new to PvP servers, one thing people will do is they'll down gear, where they like, you know, like this, they'll like unequip a weapon. Wait, what? Didn't work. Allow unequip option. There we go. Why can't I unequip my weapon? Oh, because I'm a wolf. Wait, what is happening? I can't unequip it. What? Allow unequip action. Is it just disabled? What? Okay, is it disabled for the server? Interesting. I don't know. That's very weird. I can't. Interesting. Allow unequip action is just not working. So I can't unequip my weapon. But you get the idea. So like if I had, let's see, I'll just throw a pair of something away here. Here, I'll throw this away. So if I had like this and I throw this away. Wait, what? I am so confused. What is happening? Okay, well, whatever. It's not working. Yeah, so basically you could down score. You guys get the idea. You can down gear score by having like other armors and gear in your inventory and go around and like, so you can still have all your jewels and have like crazy weapons, but then running like some lower armors so that your gear score appears lower. And then they will essentially run around with like, whatever. It's like, okay, because you know, in PvP combat, your eye level doesn't mean anything. It doesn't scale damage dealt or received. It's only your stats that matter. So while yes, you have less HP if you run like Hollow Fang or upgraded Hollow Fang, it doesn't really matter whenever your weapons are still doing in-game damage. So like all you're missing out is just like a little bit of like, you get some stats from your whatever, your armor here. Yeah. The other thing is like some people just like unequip, all kinds of things. It's very stupid. Yes, Sholo. It's very, very dumb. So you have to make sure the mod accounts for stuff like that. So basically what it does, it tracks your highest gear score ever received. And then it just like, it would make sure that that is always what your highest gear score was. That's how you guys for doing that. Really cool. Yeah, Jack, it was actually super awesome. It was one of the best servers I've ever played on. Probably not one of, it was for sure the best server I ever played on. There was like drama going on. There was all kinds of crazy stuff like that going on, but it just ended up feeling, I don't know. It just ended up being really cool. Like we had so many, just like we literally spent, there were nights where it was like the entire night was spent. People were just in people's arenas. Like there was a guy up here who had arena here. The main like community castle was right here. This girl named B, she kind of just would speak in like poems and rhymes and riddles. And then, like, say whenever she had stuff, she would just give, like, she ran a little inn that had an arena at the very top, and she would give, like, free flowers and whatever if you needed it, and then also, like, like, potions and heals and everything. She would give those for free to people, and people would just come to her place and just duel nonstop. Like, literally the entire day. Some people would just be on the whole day. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, I've been dueling for, like, 6 hours today. I'm like, what in the world? And they would go from they went from literally complete scrubs who had just had no idea. Maybe they played like League or something, but otherwise they'd never played this game, to being like legitimately like good at the game, like solid, understanding the fundamentals, knowing like weapons, being able to swap with 8 weapons, they were running meta builds. We tell them what those were. And they would go, it went from me just like, I can kill you without getting hit, you know? Like, it was that kind of thing where I could kill the people without getting hit a single time, or maybe I get hit once, but it doesn't matter because I end at full HP because I'm health managing really well. To like, okay, I'm actually having to like think about the fight against these guys. It was awesome. It sounded very chill. It was very, very, very chill. Very cool server. And I'm hoping that that kind of server, it just sticks around. It was a no-wipe server. I was on there for legit like 2 months. Was super fun. And that's the longest I've ever been in a server, and it was a great time. I'm hoping that more servers like that pop up during 1.1, because I'll probably join one again. That just was fantastic. Shout out to Crunch Map, the guy who was hosting that. Crush Map, sorry, who was hosting that server. Super good. It's just that most players aren't going to experience that nice behavior, I think. Yeah, especially on officials. It's just pure unadulterated chaos. But you kind of have to like go into it with the idea of just, I'm going to get just destroyed. I'm just going to happen. And yep, and kind of just experience and play it for whatever. And of course, if there's just like dumb people, that's just always going to happen. It's really sad. But yeah, for me, officials are usually the worst on that. I would definitely just keep an eye, Jack. I would definitely keep an eye on the official Discord if you haven't tried that before. And just look for those servers, because they do pop up every few months. You'll see a server, or every couple, like a month or so, you'll usually see a server that has some kind of PvP protection for lower level players. I actually think Bloodthirst on EU which is usually super hardcore. I don't know what it is now, but I think they might have started running that, so that you don't have to feel like you're no-lifing to be able to like compete in the server. You can have like a decently okay progression experience until you get to end game, and then all bets are off and everybody fights everybody. Maybe you should just calculate what is on your vamp in the inventory. So the one thing it doesn't calculate that, Shillo, I get what you're saying for sure, but the one thing it doesn't calculate is if your inventory, you can actually just, you're right, but also you can just remove the high level stuff from your inventory and run around with like armor that's whatever and still be running an amulet. And on top of all of that, you also have jewels. And the difference in like perfect T4 jewels and like not running a jewel is almost by itself GG. So like if you have a god mistrance jewel like this, where your weapons are resetting whenever you get the, like your Q is resetting whenever you get the teleport, and you're like fearing people, and you get 4 stacks of phantasm, and your next primary attack does bonus damage and all this insane crap. If you have this jewel and then like an insane blood rage jewel like this, you just win. You can like people who don't have that, you can very easily like 2v1, 3v1. Maybe not easily, especially if they're inexperienced. You can destroy them. Earlier today, I actually was on one of my like an official server. And I was fighting these guys who were offlining somebody because they offlined me, and I came online. And they were trying to. It was the most cringe thing ever. They offlined me, and then were trying to despawn my loot for some reason. Keep in mind, I didn't play on that server for more than a few days, and I was just like, I'll log in on the weekend, see what's going on. My castle was keyed, and all my loot was on the ground being despawned, and I was like, okay. Why is this happening? Like, you're just literally just BMing as hard as possible. Well, I found them and went in 1v3, and I almost killed the first guy, killed the second guy, killed the third guy, and didn't play correctly for the third guy or the first guy when he came back. I just sat there and was healing up, but I didn't have enough time to heal up to full because I was in vampire combat for so long, which, by the way, that's a problem with the game. If I was smart, I would have jumped off of the castle. Sorry, they were offlining a different castle. But if I was smart, I would have jumped off the castle and full healed, like, away from that guy, and then just came back up and killed him. But I was just stupid. And then also I wasn't really paying attention, and he merc charged me and I died. So very sad to die to the 3, but I legitimately, when I say I actually recorded it, when I say I almost 1v3'd, I legitimately almost 1v3'd. So that was because I have very good jewels, and so even if in a situation where they're running lower gear, if they have perfect jewels and like a static spear, it's so hard to deal with when you're underleveled and have nothing. But if we get castle arenas, I'd make my entire castle based around it. Yeah, chaos, that would be sick. I think so. Honestly, whenever you're in a server where there's not those doofuses, whenever you're in a server where there's a lot of like solo players and duo, like newer players, and you make your whole castle some kind of cool arena, that's like a way to get people to that's a way to get people kind of just interested to come visit, and you could chat with them, and yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, very much a cool thing. You know, I've been playing for like 4 months, and I always enter a server, and a few days later nobody played. Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, so 2 things on that. The biggest thing you can do for that, Net and Mind IT Solutions. So the biggest thing you can do for that is check out the official Discord and the official Discord for the V-Rising, and look at the server list, the find a server list, and try to figure out like whenever one of them is going to wipe. Some of them wipe, and they wipe, and sadly stuff like Sanguine Rain, that server that I played on recently, it was a trio server. It was so hardcore, people went like crazy, but then an official server wiped, and everybody just like left the server in 2 days, and that was just sad. So other than the official server, I would definitely poke around and just make sure you're looking at the server, like, hey, how long has the server been around? Also, official servers, whenever they wipe, they tend to usually have one that is like really populated. So for instance, right now on NA 5119 is a duo server that wiped like a week and a half ago or something, or like a week ago, and it is still very popular. Like tonight there was like 30 something people on it. Another thing you need to look at as well is if the server is weekend only raids, a lot of times during the week, the server's population will die off. You'll see like 5 people online at a time. But then once the weekend shows up, everybody is online. Because the people are like, I already farmed up. I got all my gear, got my weapons, got my whatever. Now I just want to show up for raid days so we can get some raids going on and just like PvP like maniacs. So in those situations, just spend the week like farming up, getting strong. And then, yeah, and then whenever weekends come around, fight that way. So that's something to keep in mind. I want this game to do well. I love it. Love it the bit I've played. It's beautiful, but yeah, it just seems unbalanced on official servers, which is what I played on. Yeah, it can be pretty rough, especially with teaming. It's just how it is. Very, very annoying. Also, another thing you could do is join my Discord. Like, shameless plug on that. You can join the Discord and ask around if there's like, hey, anyone want to run? I want to run on this server. Any duos want to run it? Anybody interested in doing a duo run on XYZ server? That way you're not playing alone, and maybe you can get like somebody who's maybe a little more experienced, and they can kind of walk you through a little bit, show you the ropes a little bit. So that's another option, another thing you could try to do. Just got to get unlucky with the server, or just got to get lucky with the server and find one that just wiped. Yep, exactly. I think the arenas are going to be great for PvE servers too. Totally agree, Sholo. I think they're such a amazing addition, especially like the duel feature and PvE arenas is going to be really, really good for PvE servers. I've said this before, just saying it again for people who haven't heard it. It's going to be nice whenever people have the ability to give PvP a try, whenever maybe they were a little like apprehensive beforehand to try it. They're like, I don't want to like go on and lose all my stuff all the time. So like it makes me think of whenever you played with us, Sholo, for the first time, where while we were playing PvP, you were just learning so many things about like how PvP servers actually are. What's possible, what's not possible, and whenever you're like, wait, they can't just like walk up and raid your castle whenever they want, and we're like, oh no, that's not how it is. And you're like, oh, interesting. It's kind of like that, where like people are like, I don't want to lose all my stuff whenever I die, and then they realize, oh wait, you don't actually lose all your stuff, you lose some durability. And then as they practice or play more PvP on PvE servers, they can maybe be like, hey, maybe I'll want to like come over to a PvP server and give it a try. And then on the flip side, whenever you have PvE servers that are like hopping off population wise with like events and stuff like that, you could also get PvP players who come over to the PvE servers who are like, hey, you know what? I just really like PvP. And now that we can do PvP on these things, even if I'm not like getting mats from it, at least I can like participate in PvE servers, have a really good time with PvE players. Just bridging the gap between the two sides of the player base is going to feel really cool. Open a trippy shoot bar. Done it before. Oh, yeah. Just a random want, but probably never happened. A Howl's Moving Castle location that moves every so often and have unique loot. Oh, yes. I would love to see stuff like that. More dynamic areas, like something that kind of just moves from here to here to here. Or like, imagine, obviously it won't happen because Dracula's castle is here, but think about like Dracula's castle, how it like teleports around in Castlevania. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, it was a gap in knowledge on my part. That's why I leave the combat guides to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting because like, I'm sure on your side, you just ended up learning so many things where like, I had no idea that was even a thing. You know, like I did not even realize that, you know, it's some, whatever it was the thing. I thought this was the way it was going to be, and it ended up not being the case. So yep, hopefully that would be cool. It would be really cool, especially because I know there are some really cool PvE servers out there, and I'd love to see like duel events and all kinds of stuff on those. But they'll release more maps. I sadly don't think so, but I also think they desperately need to. That's the thing that like I really think they need to eventually. The problem is as well with the multiple maps is that the player base, I guess you have to do like an officials to be fine. I think it'd be really cool though. I think having multiple maps, like a different version of the same map where they just kind of like reorganize things, just jumble things up a little bit, like move things around and how everything's positioned, would be really cool for replayability to have like maybe suddenly like different zones are better than others. And you could just try things out, like, you know, try a little experimental things like that. I think that would be super cool personally. But I sadly don't know if they're going to do that. Maybe someday we'll have a map editor and mod support. Maybe, probably not. Or maybe we'll get like V-Rising 2 and we'll have that. But at the moment, sadly, I'm not too sure. But I would love to see it. I think it would make the game, super, super cool. Using the golems was interesting. Haha. Yes, and activating your bloodthirsty nature was the best part, Sholo. Just activating the bloodthirsty nature. What? It didn't switch. Oh, that's weird. Oh man. So let's see here. And then, do you think there? Oh, sorry. I think it would be cool if maps would change up. Yeah. Yep. Totally agree, Jack. Would be absolutely fantastic. When was the chessboard added to the game? It was added in 1.0, but you can't play on it, sadly. It's added 1.0, but you sadly cannot play on it. Second here, let me check something. Here we go. Yeah. Well, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm trying to think of... Maybe not. Oh, we got some people up here. Fellas up in here. People are fighting. People are battling. Oh man, do you think fishing needs a buff? You know what's funny? Can I share something with you? I actually cannot speak to the changes on fishing in 1.0 because first of all, I never really liked fishing in this game. I mean, it's fun, whatever. It's a thing you can do. It's fine, whatever. I just never did it because I was always like getting fish back in the day. I would go to Brighthaven, whatever, over here to the docks and get like tons of fish that way. So I never fished for them. And then eventually I fished like a couple times just for funsies. And then 1.0 rolled around and I did every single achievement that the game has. And I said I had one left and I was like, oh, really? What is it? And it said fishing, go fishing. And I was like, huh, wouldn't it be funny if I just never got that achievement? So to this day, I still have never fished. And I've been doing it on purpose. So I'm sorry. I don't know what the drop rates are even like because I just have never done it. What's a good build, PvP build for a beginner? So, a couple things you can look at there. It kind of depends on what you want to do. So, what I wouldn't suggest, it's up to you. The absolute most like mindless thing you can do would be like double counter. It's like 2 defensive counters. Like cold snap and discharge, just running both of them at the same time. Okay. Sorry, I just read Sholo saying blasphemy. How could you? Sorry, I know the fish. I've just never done it. At this point, I'm invested. You know, I can't do it anymore. I'm just not gonna do it. Okay, sorry. Getting back to your question, Jack. So double counters, something that a lot of people will use when they're first learning. That's what I used when I first learned. I used like Bloodright and Mistrance when I was first learning to like weapon swap. Just because it was like, I don't want to have to think about the buttons I'm pressing. I don't want to use like projectiles or anything. However, nowadays, I would actually not advise on doing that because double counters is such a strong setup. It's very, 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 very strong. And the problem with that is it's like a handicap. It's like a crutch. So normally I don't really care about people saying, oh, it's a crutch. In this instance, I absolutely agree. It's a gigantic crunch on double counters because you will get out of situations you have no business getting out of just because you have this and then you have this. Okay. And like, because of that, it's like, oh, I feared you. Now I get a spear key you and then I stun you. And I get an axe you, and I've just done like half your HP bar with those 2 things, right? So that is good players. First of all, good players, I say good players, so not me. Good players will just not proc the counters. They'll bait your counter out. So they'll dash at you, and then you pop the counter, and then they wait, and then they spin on top of you with a sword, and then your counter does nothing. So what I would suggest instead of doing this, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do it. It'll build really bad habits, and then also... it's also technically, in my opinion, not actually the best thing. It's very, very good, but it's not like the best overall. So what I would suggest is running something like Cold Snap, Discharge, or Mist Trance, and then Blood Rage. And then probably Veil of Chaos. So something like this. Or this. Or this. Also Power Surge could be in the mix. Just depends on what you're running. Something like this is really, really strong because the Discharge will... allow you to get free punish damage, and something like a stim like Power Surge is really strong because it gives you a bunch of damage, a bunch of attack speed, a bunch of movement speed. And then So that's what I would suggest. And then ult-wise, something like Merc Charge, Heart Strike, Frost, Arctic Leap. I would start there. And then other than that, I would use Rogue Armor, Rogue Blood, and then probably Rogue Armor, Rogue Blood, and then either Unyielding Charger, Spellweaver, or Blade Master. Probably just Blade Master or Unyielding Charger, and probably just Unyielding Charger. That's what I would suggest to learn on. And then in terms of weapons, I would start with 4 weapons. I would start with something like, maybe something like this greatsword, or maybe not even just greatsword. Maybe like Reaper or like mace. I don't have a mace. Where did my mace go? My mace got deleted. Maybe something like a mace, right? Mace, spear, and pistol slashers, or like you could do like take off slashers if you wanted to, I guess, and put on like longbow or something. But yeah, what I would suggest is doing something something like that. So essentially what you're doing is you're looking for weapon pairs. So first, pistols are a core item, core weapon, because they have pistol E, which acts like another dash to give you iframes. So you definitely want to get used to thinking to switch to your pistols as early as you possibly can learn it. Okay, so that's one. Pistols, you definitely want those. And then the other thing is slashers. Their Q is also an iframe to dodge things. You can use this to dodge attacks. So it's really important to learn to remember that. And then also their E, their E sets up into spear Q, okay? And then on top of that, greatsword is just a really solid weapon. So really good to have this. Spear is really good by itself. It's the fastest attacking, like it's the fastest and longest range attacking like primary attack weapon. So it's really good for veil attacks and stuff. Start with 4, like, and so you have like weapon pairs. You can have pairs of weapons or just like combos of weapons. And then as you get used to that, just slowly start adding other weapons onto your hotbar until suddenly you realize, wait a minute, I'm running 8 and it's not too bad for you. So that's what I would suggest. Do you think the horse track should be more relevant, like max horses spawn there? Maybe. That could be something interesting. I think some kind of event there could be cool. Like right now, obviously it's like for memes, just for racing stuff. But I think, my first one missed, that sucks. But I think, yeah, maybe some kind of event there, like a horse event would be kind of cool. If they had like a mod or something that could be added to it, that'd be kind of fun. I feel like the games are only good if they have a fishing mechanic as a meme, but a good meme. Yeah, it's a fun meme. So Wise build was actually detrimental to his overall game career. 100% chaos. He wasn't using it the whole time, but he kept running the double counter. And I will say you'll see a lot of mileage out of it, especially if situations and teams it can get even harder, because if I'm tracking this guy's counter, I know his is down, but then I get like thrust into a fight over here with where Y was, and I don't know what counter, if he has a counter up or down, and I just like attack, and he's like discharge. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then he's like mistrance. I'm like, oh, okay. So I will say, I mean, he was getting a lot of mileage out of it for me because I'm so unused to seeing people run with it that a lot of times I have to like use my brain, and it's late, and it's hard for me to use my brain when it's late. So I'm like, but whenever I'm on my game, I'll like wait it out, and I wait for the first one, like I'll dash, and then he counters, and then he panics because he used one and I didn't do anything, so he uses the other one, and I go, and he takes a bunch of damage from it. And then he has no counters. I do something like this, I go, and then like this, and he just starts to panic because he has no counters to stop it. And like I said, you'll really start just getting those bad habits from that. And it's better to just go like break the habit as fast as you can. So like I said, when you're learning weapon swaps, it's not necessarily a bad thing all the time. But here's another thing. If you really want to run, another thing I didn't mention other than Power Surge is Soul Burn. This ability is broken beyond belief. So definitely also worth paying attention to is the Soul Burn item spell, Soul Burn ability. So if you don't want to run Blood Rage, and Power Surge, use Soul Burn. The reason everybody hates Soul Burn, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is a gigantic counter to counters. And if I wanted to be mean against Y, I would have just run Soul Burn. And whenever he was spamming all those counters and he's like, ah, and he panics, I just go like this. And now he's silenced. And I can just hit him with anything I could ever desire while he's silenced. Right, so this guy's over here. He's like, I'm going to counter you. Right, he just takes 1 billion damage because of Soul Burn. So, anyway, yeah, that is... So, Soul Burn is definitely another good one to run. It is also somewhat... You talk about crutches. Soul Burn is kind of a crutch, but also... I think it's less of a crutch. I also think people need to get good and play around it. There's a lot of times you can't play around it, especially with ping issues. There's a lot of jank involved with it. But there's also, like, tracking it. It's very punishing if you don't track it. But if you do track it, a lot of times this is what happens. Like, somebody soul burns you, and watch this guy right here. The spell block is there, and then it's just gone. So they soul burn you, and it's like, oh, no. Oh, it's gone. So. Do you think that weapon swaps should have more animations to give people an extra half second to read what is happening and react to it? I used to play a game called Mordau, and learning to read in fights was essential, but you at least had a second to read it in general, and feel like in this game there's no time to read. So in terms of time to read, there's definitely yeah, it's very fast-paced combat. You know, you can have a lot of stuff going off all at once, right? Like that, just everything is going on, and it can be really rough. But as you get experienced, you learn to know what like the best use of weapons is in any given situation. As you get better and better, you'll get like better and better at like reacting to certain things. So like whenever I'm countering and some guy's standing there and he's not proccing my counter, then I know he's probably going to sword on top of me. He's even he's sitting here with spear. He's going to swap the sword real quick and sword on top of me. And so my brain is thinking, if he does that, I'm going to go with my Reaper. So it's going to interrupt his sword, Q, and then I'm going to knock him with Reaper. And I'm like, okay. Right, like that, right? So that's kind of what's going on there. Like there's definitely, that's part of it. There is definitely a learning curve, and I will not deny that. There is a huge learning curve to this game, PvP-wise. But I'll also say that's kind of the charm for me, is like knowing that there's this huge, insane peak that no one has even really reached yet. People are so good at this game. Now they are just beyond crazy good at this game. And knowing that you can get to that point, like for instance, I'll fight people right now. Like I can go in and fight somebody up, up top right now who's right here, Marcel, Belmont, maybe probably Gunther. I've beat him a bunch. Lethe, Mario, Nomad. So like I've beaten pretty much almost everyone in here. Fell, I'm not sure. I've beaten a ton of people. Okay, I've beaten a ton of these people in this game. Some of the people I'll like stomp, like hardcore stomp them. Not these guys, not everyone on this list. A lot of these people, some of the people on this list for sure. But some of them I'll just straight up stomp, and they will have zero chance against me unless I'm using some absolutely insane meme build. At the beginning of the stream, I was running whatever I was running, some crazy meme. It was like Veil of Frost and like, or not Veil of Frost. I was running a Frost Barrier and Bone Explosion, like a Gloomrot build, and I was doing really, really well against the guy I was fighting. And then Wilfred, the guy who was here earlier, hopped in and literally, I mean, obliterated me with full health for the first like 3 fights. You know what I mean? And then I just like I had to swap off. There's no way, literally nothing I could do in that situation. So, and then even if I play like a build like this, which is like probably the build I'm the absolute strongest at. This is my favorite build with Power Surge. But if I play this right here, Soulburn, Bloodright, this is probably this build I'm right here. These specific spells, I'm probably the best with this build. And there are people out there, if I were to play this build, they would lay me out. I'm like playing the build I am absolutely the best at, and they would lay me out. So what are good PvP servers, or where can you find them? In terms of like open world PvP, check the official Discord, and also check out check the official Discord at this point to find some. I think the Crypt is wiping soon. which is going to be a pretty cool server. I think it's wiping in a week or two or something like that, and it's pretty populated. That's definitely one to take a look at, called the Crypt. I think it's going to be duo next. Would you agree that the area under Solaris's boss arena is one of the coolest features? Oh yeah, looks so cool. Like the clock ticking around looks super cool. Definitely cool. Definitely cool. But I'm probably going to call it here, guys. Hey, thanks for stopping by. It's about 1 a.m. for me, so I'm on my last legs here. I don't think I can use my brain any longer. I wake up very early these days, so... So I will see you guys. And hey, yeah, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. I'll do something to fix the latency. Unfortunately, the latency is messed up. I'm gonna try to do something to fix that. I'm not really sure what is going on with that. But hopefully we fix that soon, and it will be yeah, it'll be a lot better. Hopefully that happens. But that is going to be it for now. Let me do this real quick. Swap scenes. Hope you guys have a wonderful night.